performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a 4-banger, rolling a straight 6, or running a V-something that rattles Grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
What you need to know about soil before you buy, build, or farm it. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Did you know your checkoff is sharing the benefits of beef with millennials through social media? Did you know your beef checkoff helped get 6 extra lean cuts certified as heart healthy by the American Heart Association? Did you know your checkoff is helping us set new U.S. beef export records? While you manage your operation, your beef checkoff is working hard to keep beef top of mind with consumers here and around the world. Get to know your checkoff and start sharing the facts at mybeefcheckoff.com. Funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Whether it's a new dream home, workshop, or shed you're planning to build on some property, before starting construction, Bob Dobis with USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service says first you need to know what the soil is going to do.
Considering the soil before you do anything, it can save you a lot of money, a lot of heartache, and it's also sometimes a human health issue, like with the moldy basement because of the water table.
Knowing if the soil has shrink swell properties or is in a flood-prone area is very important. Dobos says do your homework and rely on a variety of resources to determine if that soil can support the structure you plan to build, and if so, how best to build it.
Whether it's a high water table, we can overcome that most of the time by draining and pumping. High shrink swell, we can pour concrete in the walls of a house. Other places, just plain old cinder block walls are fine for basements because the soils don't have that shrink swell.
The best place to start is going online at the USDA's Web Soil Survey site. That's websoilsurvey.nrcs.usda.gov. The site lets you access soil data from a particular area in the U.S. and determine soil suitability for a particular use. You can print out and save findings for use later, or you can call an expert for help in determining if a piece of property that has the right kind of soil can support your construction project. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
If you've been hearing about the crowded Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Are you a federal worker who has had your information hacked in the massive security breach that happened last week? You could be rich. Yes, foreign governments are thinking about employing you. Just sell a few secrets. And Hillary Clinton wants to be a champion for fast food workers. I guess we have a Chipotle connoisseur on our hands now. And there is one person that is qualified to be a fast food connoisseur, and that would be Jim Gaffigan. He is with us now.
All we want is love.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Jim Gaffigan is a funny man and comedian who has a problem with some food items, we understand, but loves them Hot Pockets. John Gaffigan is with us now. Hello, John.
John?
Do you miss the days when you had to get up early in the morning and do a radio interview with people who had no idea who you were?
Oh, my gosh, that's such a great observation. Yeah, well, the whole thing is like doing this TV show, Glenn. It's way too much work. I know you're a colossal workaholic, but it's like this. There's too much acting that occurs before 10 a.m. That's my whole thing. It's a TV show. I had to pick up one time at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I'm used to working for an hour a night where it's just me with a microphone. And I'm supposed to be cooperative with people at 4:30 in the morning. But
So Jim, looking at your hourly wage then, yeah. I would say you're probably for the $15 an hour for food workers.
Well, I am someone who eats. I probably single-handedly have kept McDonald's afloat in the past couple of months. But I most certainly I have worked in a fast food place. But I am for businesses making a profit, but I don't know. It's like that's above my pay grade. I'm just.
Are you? How did you feel about the kale announcement with McDonald's?
I felt like that was a sellout. Mm-hmm. That's like us negotiating with ISIS. It's like, McDonald's, how dare you? How dare you betray? You know what I mean? It's like the kale thing. I appreciate the value of it being good for us, but that's not why we're going to McDonald's. All right, we're going to McDonald's because we really don't like ourselves. And we want a moment of happiness, Glenn. And we all know that. No one's going to McDonald's and then jogging. All right? Yeah. We're going to McDonald's because we don't want to jog, because those fries are insane.
When did you just, because you really are one of my heroes. I mean this sincerely. You, I believe, are one of the funniest men in America. I mean, I would say the planet, but I don't speak other languages, so I don't know. But you're the funniest man in America now. And what I really admire, you're a hero of mine because you have just surrendered. You've just said, I'm going to be fat and lazy, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that, thank you for saying those things. But I think that there's a surrender, but there's also, my act and the show that is, you can download a free episode on iTunes, is all about an exploration of the it. It's not how we should live. We don't want to. We all want to lie in bed all day and eat bacon, but we can't. But that's romanticizing laziness and gluttony
is it's the lesser of the sins, right? There's something about. I'm not proposing that people consume the way I talk. The funny thing is, people used to say, I used to have fellow comics come up to me and go, "Gosh, you really talk. Your act, you sound like a morbidly obese person, the way you joke around about food." And now people come out to me and they say, "Wow, you really joke around about food," implying that I've gained a lot of weight. But I don't know. Some of it's, hopefully I'm romanticizing it. When I wrote, I do everything with my wife. And when we wrote Food of Love Stories, she was very insistent that we have a disclaimer at the beginning that said more or less, this is no way to lead your life. and it was like, I think you got to give people credit. They know I'm joking, They know that.
I have to tell you, Jim, you're crushing me. You were my hero up until about 45 seconds ago. I thought you did lay in bed all day and eat bacon.
I wish I could. I wish I could. But unfortunately, I've got a lot of kids, and I say a lot of kids because I don't know the real number because there's so many of them. I have 5 kids, Glenn. I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old.
You know what's causing that, right? You know what's causing that, right? You can't stop it.
Jesus caused it. No, I know what causes it. Right. But I got to make some money.
May I ask you a question? Yeah. Because I read your book, what is it, Dad is Fat?
Yes.
Which I just thought was hysterical. Okay. But the part where you talk about the tarp was not enough over the living room and the birthing of your child at home, I wondered why someone would actually, when there are modern hospitals,
yes,
why you would birth a child at home.
Well, this is right in your wheelhouse, Glenn. The home birth thing is real. It's we've been kind of brainwashed, and understandably, I understand your point of view that home birth is kind of like having someone inexperienced fix an airplane you're about to fly on. It sounds too dangerous.
No, it's not. It's not that it's dangerous. It's just the cleanup. And I am a very, very big believer in if I'm in pain, I must be in Cuba. Right. I want medicine. Yeah. I don't want pain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not like I had the kids. My wife did it. I was sitting there. I was on more medication than her. But I think that when it, look, we're human beings. We've been having babies for a long. I can't believe I'm talking about home birth, but we've been having babies for a long time, and there's been this. I think this. That's how it used to be. I'm from the Midwest. It's like, my grandparents weren't born in a hospital probably. And so it's not something that we have been doing. There's less germs in your house than in a hospital. But now I sound like the home birth advocate.
No, I just want to know. Because there is a side of you, Jim. That not the stage side of you. Yeah. There is a side of you. My mother was born on the kitchen table, and my grandfather used to tell us that all the time while we were eating. It didn't work for me, but there is a side of you that is a serious guy and somewhat really odd.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I'm a very misanthropic optimist. I think that I am, it's like I'm kind of, I think of myself as, somebody that of our childhood. It seems like there was this time when like somebody could be Catholic and cynical, and they could be all these things and also open-hearted and stuff like that. And I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying is I'm a great guy. No, but I think of myself as, I'm definitely, Glenn, I go on stage and I make strangers laugh. There's nothing normal about that. You know what I mean? But,
what's it like to be, because I'm at the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm either loved or I'm absolutely hated. I think you're either loved or they just haven't seen you yet. What's it like to be universally loved? Tell me your sob story. Tell me the bad time in Jim Gaffigan's life.
Here's the thing. That's very nice, again, but I think that there's also something about I serve as, because I saw this even in the kind of rise in some of my popularity. There was all these anti-Bush comedians. There were the blue-collar guys that were kind of attacked for, I don't know what they were attacked for. And then there was me talking about muffins. You know what I mean? And so I'm the beneficiary of not engaging. It's what you do. Your job is to question things, right, from your point of view. And so I deal with the minutia. I think people come to my show as a break from you know what I mean? And some of it is like, and let me be clear though, it's like I've been doing stand-up for a long time. I'm a pale blonde guy where if I talk about things political, the audience tightens up.
Yeah, I don't want you to.
You know what I mean?
I don't want. We talked about this. We talked about this when you asked, if I would be on your first episode, and I told the guys, I said everybody is on this episode. He's got everybody because we didn't want to know, and I don't want to know your political views. I don't want to know anything about you because you really are. You're unspoiled. There's not very many things that we can go to anymore, and where I could sit next to Rachel Maddow, and the two of us could just laugh our faces off. That's really needed in America.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Plus, it's really hard to be funny and not dirty. And to be funny about muffins and Hot Pockets and kale is hard. What you do, Jim, is probably the toughest comedy in the country.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean, I just kind of do what I do. But I would say that if there is some negative, I mean, there's nothing sexy about what I do. So
no, you're not. I mean, you're not scooping up the chicks afterwards, I'm sure.
No, and there's nothing where, and I'm grateful so that I can call in, and I'm so grateful that you participated in the show. But there's nothing, like I'm never going to be on the cover of GQ. I'm never going to be, so, and that's fine. But there's also, I'm like, I had this joke, and my wife wouldn't let me do it. I wanted to call my. Because the accusation that gets leveled at me is that I'm mainstream. So Republicans and Democrats both like my stuff. So sometimes there are people that are like, oh, that's too mainstream. It's not niche enough. And so I wanted to call my tour Strem de Main, which is French for mainstream. But so, that's not that bad. But
well, because in the show, your first episode, the Jim Gaffigan Show, which you got to get on iTunes, it's a great show. You actually kind of do delve into the fact that you, even with all of your trying to stay away from controversy, you do kind of get pulled into something, at least on the show, that kind of stems from a real incident, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, they're sampling different episodes, but the one that Glenn is in and that was on my website was inspired by the fact I'm Catholic and my wife is a Shiite Catholic. And that's very rare in the entertainment industry. It's like, look, I spent, 15 years as an atheist, So it's like I understand that, like, there is a somewhat of a disconnect of being this comedian, this cynical comedian, to be a person of faith. And so that was kind of inspired. It was actually inspired by when we wrote that book, Dad is Fat, there was a Washington Post article that kind of identified me as the leader of a new Catholic evangelicalism. And I was like, so that was some of and I love the idea of being outed as a Christian in this day and age. It's just very
significant in that world, though.
Yeah.
Jim, we want to hit your tour. You can find out all about his tour at jimgaffigan.com. I want to thank you for not coming really anywhere close to us so we could see you. So we have to travel now. I appreciate that.
I was just in Dallas.
I was out of town, Jim. You didn't call. I was out of town that day.
That's
okay.
You're supposed to schedule these things with Glenn in mind.
I know. I said
it's very selfish of me.
My children came and they loved it, and but Dad was gone. Big fat Dad had to be in another state. So
you were probably publishing 2 books.
Do you see a serious issue in the world of comedy, Jim, of that? Because you deal with this in the episode that Glenn is in, which is you were outed as the hero of the Christian comedian movement, and then the entire world turns on you in 1 second because of something else you did, and all of a sudden you're the vicious enemy of all things religious. And I just feel like there's this it's actually a real thing you're playing off there, which is this sort of constant search for outrage. Every time a comedian says anything, there's one side or the other that's going to come after them and try to attack them. And I feel like it really is ruining. Isn't it ruining comedy?
Well, yeah, no, I think there is something very interesting about. You know what I think it is? I think everyone really wants to look smart, and the way we can look smart is to identify mistakes people have made. And in social media, it's really easy to say, you spelled that word wrong, or if you read that sentence wrong, you can be characterizing, it can be characterized as homophobic, or if you're and look, words are important, but I also think that we're kind of getting away from like the bigger picture kind of stuff. Of again, it's not my wheelhouse, but it's there is kind of this outrage police that exists, and I think that it's important. I mean, obviously we don't want horrible things to happen, and as human beings we should be progressing and becoming more enlightened. But I also think that we're losing some of our sense of humor. I'm glad that I'm married now, because I can't imagine being flirtatious in this day and age. Maybe because I was so bad at it, but I just remember I had that thought, like, I wouldn't want to try and be flirtatious with a woman at a bar. I think, 15 years ago, you could kind of make a moron out of yourself and it wouldn't be the end of the day. But now if you do that, it could be really ugly. And you wouldn't want to make someone uncomfortable, but I think now people are like instructed to be more uncomfortable when we should let things kind of slide off our back like they used to.
Jim Gaffigan, he's got the Jim Gaffigan Show on iTunes, and it is really, really funny, worth watching. If you've never seen him before in person, grab a ticket. You will laugh all night. Truly one of the funniest men in America today, Jim Gaffigan, at jimgaffigan.com. Jim, thank you so much for including us in the show, and we'd love to have you back. It's rare that we get a chance to really laugh hard, and our audience loves you, and we love you, and you're welcome here anytime.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
God bless. Jim Gaffigan, jimgaffigan.com.
What do you think the chances are that he just put you on the show to make himself look good?
Don't think at all. No chance. Sponsor this half hour is Casper Mattress. The company is an absolute game changer. In fact, it's Bloomberg, the Wall Street Journal, and Consumer Reports think that they're going to disrupt the entire mattress industry because they have made a bed that is absolutely outrageously comfortable, and they've gotten rid of the huge markups because you buy it directly online and they send it to you. It comes, believe it or not, it comes in this box, and then it unfolds, and it's presto, this mattress, and an unbelievably comfortable mattress from Casper. The best way to get a new mattress. Trying a bed or two for a couple of minutes doesn't really work in a store. Get it from Casper, and you'll have 100 nights to sleep on it. If you don't like it, 100% refund. Casper.com, offer code Beck. Casper.com, offer code Beck.
Don't miss a minute of the Glenn Beck program. It's always on demand at theblaze.com/radio. The Blaze Radio Network.
We can't control the weather, but we can control the temperature in our own home with a Fujitsu ductless cooling and heating system. Fujitsu's ductless systems are clean and quiet and let you select individual temperatures for up to 8 rooms, all by remote control. This means you don't have to waste money cooling or heating those rooms that you're not using. Instead, enjoy saving up to 30% on your energy bills. Many utility companies even offer rebates of $300 or more, and installation is quick and easy. Fujitsu ductless systems cool in the summer and heat in the winter for year-round comfort and savings. Get the temperatures in your home under your control with a Fujitsu ductless cooling and heating system. Fujitsu General means comfort and savings all year round. Find out how much money you can save by going to ConstantComfort.com and clicking on the energy calculator. That's ConstantComfort.com.
Harvick finishes second best again. I'm Kyle Rickey. That story next on NASCAR Today, midday.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here with a radio transmission. Are you listening to a news radio broadcast right now? Breaking news, folks. Stop listening to that news anchor's jibber jabber and get the real scoop. My summer meals have 8 pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken, new Kentucky baked beans, coleslaw, 4 flaky biscuits, and a half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade, and it is available for purchase. Okay, then, that is the end of my radio communication. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's finger-licking good.
Limited time offer. Pricing and participation may vary.
This is MRN's Kim Kuhn with trending news for mom and dads-to-be. It's the Exergen Smart Glow Temporal Scanner Thermometer. Several of my friends are having babies, and this is my new go-to shower gift. It's the #1 choice of nurses and pediatricians, too, with accuracy supported by over 50 published clinical studies. Exergen's easy for anyone to use and super fast, which racing moms and dads love. I have one, and you should, too. You'll find the Smart Glow at your favorite local retailer. Exergen, changing the way the world takes temperature.
Kevin Harvick and his Stewart-Haas racing team have been on an incredible streak as of late, finishing among the top 10 in all but one of the 14 Sprint Cup races this season, and 10 of those races have seen the 4-car finish among the top 2. Harvick, though, only has 2 wins, which means he has finished second 8 times, including the last 2 weeks. He says it's frustrating, but in a good way.
As you look at the situations, I think second's better than 10th. It's a frustration that's good in a way, and you want them to be frustrated, because we're not winning, but in the end, you don't want to be greedy either.
Harvick now looks to Michigan International Speedway this week, where he finished second there in both races a year ago. For more, visit MRN.com. I'm Kyle Rickey. This is NASCAR Today Midday on the Motor Racing Network.
You're listening to the Glenn Beck Program.
Jim and I will write each other back and forth from time to time. Really, really smart man, really smart businessman, and hysterically funny. And I'd love to know his opinion on things, but I absolutely have no desire. I don't want to ask him one single question personally, off air, on air. I don't want to know anything. Tell me about Hot Pockets.
You just don't want to hear the wrong answer.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there are some people, don't we kind of want that?
Yeah.
And there's somebody that maybe we put Jim Gaffigan's face on the flag. Maybe we rally around him. Somebody that we could all rally around and just be good for a while and have some laughs.
Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Former House Speaker Dennis Hastert in court today to answer charges made public last week.
The federal indictment accuses the former House Speaker of agreeing to pay $3.5 million in hush money to keep a person from his hometown silent about so-called prior misconduct.
Fox Radio's John Decker. The misconduct reportedly involved claims Hastert sexually molested someone decades ago. New Jersey's top court siding with the governor in a fight with public worker unions.
The state Supreme Court overturned a lower court judge's order that told Republican Governor Chris Christie and the Democrat-controlled legislature to work out a way to increase pension contributions for the current fiscal year.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. At the court ruling, there was no enforceable contract to force the full payment. This year's steady hiring likely to continue. The sign from a new report showing U.S. employers advertised the most open jobs in April in 15 years. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Mobil 1 synthetic oil delivers peak performance in any engine. And now it's just $5.99 a quart at Napa. So whether you're pushing a 4-banger, rolling a straight 6, or running a V-something that rattles Grandpa's dentures and frightens small children, treat it right with Mobil 1 from Napa. Only $5.99 a quart. Conquer the job with Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 6/30/15.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello, gorgeous.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Anybody read that Clint Eastwood story from yesterday about Spike TV and they edited something that he said?
Couldn't figure it out.
Okay, all right. It's not just me, right?
No, it's not just you.
Well, it was some Caitlyn Jenner joke, right?
Not
really.
No. He said, and I don't know if I have it in front of me, he said that he reminds me a lot of so-and-so and Caitlyn somebody.
Here's what he said. He likened The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, to Jim Brown and Caitlyn somebody. What?
No.
So you had to edit that out?
How is that a slam? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
If
I
you
read that and it was
now of Caitlyn Jenner, it must be in reverential tones.
It's like Beetlejuice. You say Caitlyn Jenner 3 times.
So the point was,
it must be PC police appear.
So
right.
essentially, what he was saying was somebody really tough, Jim Brown, and someone with incredible endurance or incredible athletic ability, like Bruce Jenner, which he's saying Caitlyn somebody because he's probably not sure how to handle that topic, and they still edited it out.
Yeah,
but it's not even. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I read the story, and I didn't know if that was. I didn't know if that was the joke. I didn't know if that's what they edited out. I thought it's so bad we're not allowed to even say it on TV. It was.
Yes.
It was. I mean, what do you have to edit that out for?
It's the weird.
I don't know.
Weird.
We are living in a crazy, crazy state. We are really living on the edge. May I just raise my hand on this one? Never again is now. I draw the line here. I'm not going to pretend that that's cool. I'm not going to pretend that that's normal.
We can't even figure it out. How can we pretend it's anything?
Correct. Exactly right.
What, I mean, if anything, he's just complimenting The Rock. Right?
Either that or he's saying he's really, really tough and soft and sweet like Caitlyn. What's the problem with that one?
You're now a woman, so what's the big deal?
Right, you'd be happy with that, right?
Yeah, you would think. It is. It's madness.
It's insane.
People are just terrified.
Never again is now.
Yeah.
Never again is now. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you want to just say, nope, I'm not going there. I'm just not going there. Notice Stu didn't raise his hand.
I didn't notice that.
Let's destroy him.
I was trying to hide it. I didn't write it on my hand yet.
Here's a pen.
Thank you. Is this what you put on permanent marker?
Yeah, well, this is day number 2 for me. So
Wait a minute, let me see yours, Pat. Yours is faded much more.
Yeah,
well he washes his hands.
Can I use a pen?
I don't wash my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wash my hands and I don't shower.
Can I use a pen? Is that
no?
Does that mean I'm not as dedicated?
You're not
yes,
as dedicated.
It means you're not as dedicated.
Where's the picture of you online and everything else? Where is that?
Yeah,
I don't see a picture of you. Thousands of pictures came in yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Millions. I think it was millions.
860 billion people.
We
did it yesterday.
We got pictures from Alpha Centauri yesterday.
We did.
You did really?
Yes.
Do you have a picture, Pat, online?
Yeah.
Millions.
Oh, don't even ask him about that.
Let's not even go there. Don't even go there, boys.
I won't ask him about it because I think I know the answer. Jeffy is. I mean, I know there's pictures of Jeffy.
Jeffy, hold your hand up.
Oh, I'm with you.
I'm with you 100%. Yours says no.
This is right now.
You need a
now.
W, perhaps.
You need a W.
Yeah.
N-O-W.
W.
Now is the time I raise my hand to stand against this.
And are you doing the Spock signal when you're holding your hand?
Yeah, he's holding his hand, and that's the only time. That's the only time or anything around him that ever says no.
That is very true.
Yeah, probably true.
Yeah,
now, are you
I do need to change that.
Are you at all concerned that people will think you're backing the National Organization of Women?
I am, but I say never again to now.
Okay, it does kind of work. It does kind of work. All right, so what? So I'm going to use a pen because I feel like
okay, all right.
Sharpie,
well, if you are less dedicated, what you're saying is, I'm willing to put my body in line of trouble. I'm willing to lose my life, but not permanently. I want to be able to wash this off.
I just have. I mean, I have lovely hands.
You really do.
They really are. They're
between
so soft
you and. I almost said somebody's name that we would have had to edit out.
Caitlyn.
Stations.
Stations.
Edit before you lose your license.
Okay, I've written it on my hand.
Do not take her name in vain.
By the way, used to be God, now it's Caitlyn.
Right. It seems
Do
like
not use Caitlyn in vain. I can't even see it. That's the smallest now I've ever seen.
It's right here.
I want you to bring a tattoo artist in.
You're pathetic.
I'm going to put it on your forehead.
It's a little under. Wait a minute. I think we're getting away from the grand scheme of this. Program.
Okay, maybe we're getting a little sloppy, but it's day number 2.
Wait. Didn't you? Are you asking for a tattoo to be put on the right hand? Isn't there some warning about this particular thing?
No, it's under the skin.
Okay.
And on the forehead. So you could have it on the forehead, but I'm definitely not going to get one.
Okay.
Anyway, we raised a ton of money yesterday, and we thank you. About $250,000 came in based on yesterday's show, and we are so very, very grateful for the number of people that have already stepped to the plate to help us raise awareness and to raise money to stop the genocide in the Middle East. Hashtag never again is now. And if you'd like to be involved, if you'd like to, let me give you some of the letters that we're getting. My name is Jesse Curtis. I'm 16 years old, and I can see everything you're saying. I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees the corruption and how serious it is. I want to be a part of this march.
Jesse can see words in the air? That is incredible.
I see dead words. Thomas and Christine wrote in, we volunteered in Washington, D.C. for 828. We were marshals. We also volunteered in Dallas to do the volunteer work in the area. We have felt compelled to be there on both occasions, and we get emotional when the call returns to do our part. My husband and I live in our RV, and we're looking forward to being called where we need to be. We too feel the call of the Spirit and would like to be a volunteer for Never Again Is Now in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm not sure if we're going to need volunteers this time because we're going to do several cities, and we'll let you know where and when we will be. The only one that we've announced so far is on 828. JP, can I announce July 4th yet? I can. Can you get me that information so I can announce that?
But it's a separate deal, though, right?
It's kind of a separate deal, yeah.
We're announcing the independence of the United States of America.
Yes, on July 4th. I'm going to be speaking. I'll tell you later. But
we're moving July 4th to June 4th, by the way, because we don't want to conflict with Ramadan.
Yes, we have. Again, I'd like to raise my hand. Never again is now. I'd like
Another
to say
story
I'm
from
not.
yesterday.
Yes, thank you.
Embassy in Indonesia did just that.
Yes, because we don't want to offend anybody during Ramadan and take away from the great Ramadan with our 4th of July. So we're just making it the 4th of June.
So as not to conflict with Hanukkah, we're moving Christmas to March 3rd.
Yes. So it's
starting next year.
And we're getting rid of all Christian birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
All
and
Christian
names.
birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
And names,
And names.
yes. Thank you, Mohammed, for that reminder.
You're welcome, Mohammed.
Donald wrote in, I'm Mohammed.
Yes, of course. That's
okay. Donald wrote in, Dear Mr. Beck, I'd like to know how I can be of more service in this great movement. I'm divorced and looking to do something that matters in this world, and I'm not afraid to risk my life in helping others who are in desperate need. I'm a former councilman in New Jersey. I'm a deputy director, 4th degree of the Knights of Columbus, and I'm proud to join and be a part of Never Again Is Now. Louis wrote in, I'll stand with all the faith to help in any way getting relief to those who really need it. This one is really interesting. Daniel wrote in, and we have a lot of these people. My name is Daniel, and I need to take part of this event and be there in country to help. Now, people are, it's funny because we have somebody that may be donating a plane or two to go over to the Middle East. And they said to me, my dream, Glenn, is to pack 727s with food and aid and medicine and then fly people and the food over there. And I said, well, that's weird because my dream was to find somebody who had 727s. And so we're trying to work out the logistics and see if we can actually do it in this particular case. But I wondered if we did offer the opportunity to go over to the Middle East, to Syria or to Iraq, how many people would volunteer? A ton of retired military.
Yeah, thank God. There'll be so many you probably won't need me.
Let me ask you, Stu, are you Pat? Are you coming?
Yes,
If I invite you, are you coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeffy, if I invite you, you coming?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Stu?
Where again?
Yeah.
What's the location?
Probably Syria or Iraq.
My gosh, I have a condo in Damascus, and I can house a bunch of people there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can't make it.
I can't particularly myself make it, and my condo may have exploded in recent months.
I'm an OIF combat veteran, and the urge is overwhelming in contacting you.
Damascus proper or suburban Damascus?
It's in the nightclub.
Daniel writes,
districts.
I know I'm not alone. There will be a large number of veterans who will give anything to have boots on the ground when this aid is brought there.
Kind of in the art district there.
Not only to
I
help.
know
Would
the
you
place.
please? I'm holding my hand up. Never again is now. Shush. I would give anything to have boots on the ground if the aid is brought there, not only to help assure safety of the Mercury One staff, but also to close some seriously deep wounds caused by us losing ground. that we paid so dearly to gain in that region. I'd love to be able to serve once again in the Middle East, but as a direct representation of the charitable Americans to the refugees this time. I know this would help not only me, but it would also help the veterans, and Mercury One could really rally with the help that they would have in the camps. I don't know. I don't have much to give monetarily, but I have much to give in that region of the world that has made me the man I am today. I will stand up and buy my own flight if needs be. But when the time comes to see those people again in a positive light, I will donate my time on behalf of those who can't make it there themselves. Thank you for your time. There are many of us veterans out there that wish we could give more. And this could be the way to put love back into our hearts for the people we wanted to help the first time. That is awesome.
Yeah.
You lease that out weekly or monthly, Stu?
It's Airbnb. It's up on Airbnb now.
I am renting it, and I'm just going to have some sick animal sacrifice thing happen in there.
It can't be worse than what's already happened in Damascus, I can promise you.
That is really awesome, and I don't know what our plans are when we go over there. I will just say everything is up in the air because it is, Syria
Except we're
and
staying
Iraq.
at Stu's place. I mean, we do know that.
Yeah, we have that.
We know that.
But please, if you would like to get involved in this, it's at mercury1.org. Just look for the banner of Never Again Is Now, and you can donate, and you can also join to be a part of this movement. And I want you to know that this is different than just a one event kind of thing. This is not just about going over to the Middle East. This is really more about being on the front lines here in your own churches and your own synagogues and your own office, standing up and saying, no, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to go there. We have to love each other. We have to speak truth to one another. And we're going to start here. The people in the Middle East are being slaughtered by monsters, and we promised each other that we would never sit through another genocide and do nothing. How many of us have, at least I have, I've wondered if I were alive in the 1930s and 40s, who I would have been. What would I have done? Well, you don't have to wonder about that because it's happening again now. Make your choice. Who are you? Join us at mercury1.org. Sponsor this half hour is LifeLock. LifeLock Ultimate. You have LifeLock Ultimate, Pat?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Is it too risky for you, Stu? Is it?
No, it's the exact opposite. It's very safe.
It's very safe
Risky
for you
not to have it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you have it.
I do.
You do have it.
You have to.
But if it was traveling with you someplace, if it said, hey, Stu, I'm LifeLock Ultimate, why don't we go someplace a little dangerous, like maybe a little closer to the ocean where the waves might hit you in the leg or something like that, you'd be...
I'd wonder why a company wants to take me on a stroll to the ocean. I don't know.
Probably because they want to hold you down under the water and just...
I don't think that's what LifeLock does.
Really?
Yeah, more the opposite.
Maybe
it
that's,
protects you against bad
maybe
things.
That's me. Anyway,
okay.
LifeLock Ultimate, they relentlessly protect your identity. I know they have saved me. They've saved Pat. Have they saved you?
Multiple times.
Oh, yeah, I've had a couple of
I had one
recently.
on Mother's Day. Jeffy?
They've caught me.
So there you go. LifeLock Ultimate Plus. You can call now and you can get a special 15% discount if you call right now or visit lifelock.com and use the promo code BECK15. Taking advantage of this incredible 15% off your membership. If you act right now, it ends June 30th. So call 800-440-4936. 1-800-440-4936. Ends June 30th. It's right around the corner. 1-800-440-4936. Lifelock.com. Promo code BECK15.
This is the Glenn Beck Program. The Blaze Radio Network.
With the costs of healthcare going higher and higher, Christian families are eager to find a better solution. Is there any option that's affordable, acceptable under the law, and doesn't go against your beliefs? Thankfully, the answer is yes. Medishare. It's not insurance. It's over 100,000 Christians who share each other's medical bills. Most families pay 50% less than they'd pay with other healthcare programs, and it's fully acceptable under the law. But here's the best part. Because Medishare is Christians helping Christians, your healthcare dollars never have to pay for things like the morning after pill. What are you waiting for? Make the switch to Medishare.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-41-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medishare, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-41-BIBLE. That's 855-41-BIBLE.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
La Famiglia Pizzeria has moved into Ocala. Stop by today at 2504 Southeast 17th Street and see for yourself what everyone is talking about.
Awesome place. I never get pizza anywhere else.
Great New York style pizza and dishes.
Best pizza in Ocala.
One trip and you'll agree, La Famiglia Pizzeria is the best. La Famiglia Pizzeria. Stop by for a pizza that you'll love or call in and order yours for pickup. 352-245-2419. La Famiglia Pizzeria.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
You're listening to the Glenn Beck Program.
Welcome to the program. We're so glad that you're here. David Barton, hater extraordinaire, really. He is he's a guy who's on. David, what's the name of that Southern
Poverty Law Center?
Yeah.
He's on the terror list, right?
I think he is on the terror
watch list.
He's a spawn of something really bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he is.
Oh, man.
As you just start to hear David Barton, you just start to hear the hate spew from him.
Oh, don't turn your back on that guy.
Oh, I know.
He just seemed kill you as look at you.
Well, not really.
Well,
yeah. I mean, but he'll talk to you about rights and responsibilities,
and he
stuff.
might say a prayer for you. So look out.
So look out. He is
out.
just, man,
hate prayer.
A hate prayer.
Mm-hmm.
What's a hate prayer like?
Oh my gosh! You
don't even want to say it because we have to edit it out.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'd be like saying something like, you remind me of that Caitlyn one.
Oh,
boy.
Stations,
edit this out.
Immediately.
Man, I just remember we're live.
Yeah, that's
so
bad.
stations
That's
can't.
bad. Wow, you've ruined your career.
By the way, you coming with me to New York next week?
Too scary.
It's too scary?
Too scary.
I
right?
am coming with you to New York. I am.
Oh, are you really?
I am, yeah. You don't seem excited about that.
Why don't you stay here?
Well, I mean,
Jim Gaffigan is going to be live with us next week.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Really?
So, yeah, you're not invited. Pat, you're invited.
Yeah.
But I'm on the show with you guys.
Yeah, we need an extra seat.
Yeah.
We only have
room.
three. We only have 3 seats in Washington.
It's a smaller room in New York, so we don't have
much
any room.
smaller, and so we only have 3 chairs.
You're listening to the Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Is the world nearing a currency reset? European central banks are printing money. German bonds are yielding negative interest rates, and countries all over the world are building mountains of debt. Financial analysts fear what is on the economic horizon, and a number of them predict that gold will make a comeback as a currency in these troubled times. Smart investors turn to the assets that have survived wars, depressions, and economic collapse. Gold. Goldline is rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau and has helped thousands of people own gold for more than half a century. You can't afford to wait. Call Goldline right now and receive free information on how easy it is to own gold. At Goldline, shipping is free. You pay the same price for check and credit card purchases at 1-866-GOLDLINE. Get involved today and call Goldline, 866-465-3546. Read Goldline's important risk information and see if buying precious metals is right for you. 866-465-3546. 1-866-GOLDLINE.
Racing legend Richard Petty for Blue Emu.
Maintenance is important. To help me keep feeling my best, I use odor-free Blue Emu made with real emu oil. Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray has an active ingredient to relieve the aches and pains of my muscles and joints, and it's perfect for hard-to-reach places. Hey, even us precision machines need a little help sometimes. Use what I use, Blue Emu. It works fast, and you won't stink.
Blue Emu, available at Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and other fine stores.
One of the toughest things to face as an adult is when it becomes apparent that someone we care about can no longer live safely on their own. You can trust Interim Healthcare. They're not only experts in home healthcare, they're genuinely good people, focused on one thing, being there when it matters most. They can help answer your questions and determine the services you need, so you know the people you love are being taken care of. Take our free independent living assessment at interimhealthcare.com/Beck or call 800-944-88.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. General Motors is on the government's hot seat.
The Department of Justice is reportedly looking at criminal wire fraud charges against General Motors over the auto giant's initial failure to recall millions of vehicles equipped with faulty ignition switches, even though GM knew of the problem for more than a decade.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso, the problem blamed for more than 100 deaths and hundreds of injuries. The TSA under fire at a Senate hearing after word it cleared people on the terror watch list to work as airport vendors.
Our audits have repeatedly found that human error, often a simple failure to follow protocol every time,
poses significant vulnerabilities.
Homeland Security Inspector General John Roth. There's also word undercover agents have been able to sneak fake bombs and weapons past airport security. And appeals courts tossed out 2 challenges to the White House climate change plan, saying the lawsuits are premature because an EPA proposal isn't yet final. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out.
New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Oh, you're not going to believe this. Obamacare support is now at record lows.
What?
You're gonna love this.
It's so good, though.
Our gun laws are literally killing people. What? We'll tell you the story about how overregulation and draconian laws are putting American citizens at risk.
Wait, what?
I know, it's crazy. And historian extraordinaire David Barton joins us now.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
There is a new debate brewing within the Church of England as a group of female priests are asking that sometimes God is referred to as she as well as he in order to battle sexism. A proposal that has sparked a fair bit of controversy. The main argument is the female priests used to defend their pronoun proposal is that exclusively using he creates an environment that puts the Almighty in a hostile situation.
You know, it seems to me that exclusively using he puts him in a male kind of
Well,
position.
how very hostile of you,
I
Pat.
know.
You hear the sexism happening here, don't you? My
either
gosh.
he is a he or he is a she and should be referred to
He
as
could
such
be one of the
exclusively.
82 now known genders.
Well, okay.
What if
maybe
he
it's time
is-
to look into that.
What if he prefers to be going now as Caitlin?
I mean, you've talked about human knowledge is doubling every 18 months or something, Glenn.
Yes.
How many? What's the rate genders are multiplying? We could have 1,000 genders by next
Well,
year.
we've gone from 2 to 82 in a very short time.
Very short time.
Very
I
short
don't
time.
even know all 82.
No.
I really only know 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, you know more than
Wow, you are a simpleton.
Well, there is 2 genders.
Yeah.
There's male and female.
Uh-huh.
Then there is questioning.
Yeah.
My belief is.
Oh, no, wait. And then there's fluid. Not the same as questioning.
No.
Questioning is like, I don't know. Fluid is, I'm going to give this one a whirl.
My belief is that the people who say there's 82 genders are hateful because, and honestly, there are only 80 because men and women don't exist. The other 80.
Thank you for
exist.
finally saying it.
Male and female are not real.
David Barton is here. David, if you were in the debate in the Church of England and they came to you and said, in an effort to battle sexism, we think that once in a while God should be she. What do you say?
No.
Wow.
What else?
Wow. Did you hear that hatred?
Oh,
my
gosh. Wow.
Did
And he
you
just
hear the
went
hate?
on and on and on.
The hate and the sexism just spilling out of him.
Throughout the entire syllable.
I mean, listen to it. He's still going on.
Oh.
Next question. What is funny, and Stu hit it, there's a Wesleyan college that has gone for dorms now for 15 sexual identities. So they have these 15, and the ones that are not there are male and female. You don't get that choice of dorms, but you have the other 15 sexual identities you can choose for dorms.
You're kidding me, right?
No. Wesleyan, I think, is in Connecticut.
May I just raise my hand again? Raise my hand again. Never again is now. What happened in World War II is people became unhinged. People stopped denying or started to deny reality. They stopped saying, you know what? No, I'm just not going to go there. They said, like we have said for a very long time, we have said, you know what? It doesn't make a difference. Don't say anything. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The time to start speaking out is right now. Never again is now. David is helping us with something on this. You're kind of focusing on the Black Robe Regiment, and I wanted you to give people an update because I get a lot of mail on the. I also get a lot of female. But anyway, I get a lot of gender non-specific letters that come in and say, tell me about the Black Robe Regiment. Haven't heard about it in a long time. This is something that you and I talked about last night on television that is important for people to know that when we started 828, David, you were there at the very beginning of that, and we talked months before about the Black Robe Regiment. You were already on this path. I said, I feel like we have to start something with pastors and priests and rabbis and any of the clergy. And you said Black Robe Regiment. And I said, I don't even know what that is. Explain what that is.
Black Robe Regiment is what the British called the American pastors in the American Revolution, because pastors back then, black pastors, white pastors, Catholic, Protestant, all wore black robes. And the British blamed the American Revolution on the pastors, on that Black Robe Regiment. Literally, they said that had it not been for those pastors, America would still be a happy British colony. So you find,
and that's true.
That is true. That is exactly true. And whether you look,
it's because, hang on just a second, it's because George Whitefield came and saw the Wedgwood china in people's houses and said, "You are worshiping Wedgwood. What is wrong with you? Wake up." And he started stirring up the people, and the people started stirring up the pulpits, and a lot of the pulpits would not let George Whitefield, a preacher, the first evangelical, preach anywhere near a church because he was an enemy to the church, even though he wasn't. He started the fire with the pulpits, and then the pulpits, 30 years later, they're responsible for the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights and all of it.
That's right. And even if you look at Whitefield, the example he set, Whitefield, when we had the Stamp Act that really kind of started the whole process of moving toward the revolution, when it came time to protest the Stamp Act in London, America sent two people to London to protest the Stamp Act. One was Ben Franklin, the other is George Whitefield. So there's a guy very involved in politics. Then when it comes time, Whitefield is one of the first to tell the Americans, if you want to preserve your freedoms, you're going to have to separate. You're going to have to become independent. Whitefield is the guy that's credited with starting the American military, the first military flag and the first military motto. And so when he died in 1770, which was the end of the Great Awakening, was that at his death, he was buried at a church in Newburyport, Massachusetts. When George Washington sent the first expedition out to start the American Revolution, it was to Quebec in 1775. That expedition going out of Massachusetts stopped at the church at Newburyport where Whitefield was buried.
This is creepy.
They went inside. They had a sermon. After the sermon, they went down and lifted the top off the sepulcher, and the soldiers all reached in and cut off a piece of Whitefield's robe to take with them into battle because he's the father of the military. Now, how many preachers a day would be accused of being the father of the military or arguing economic policy in front of Parliament or starting military flag? That's the Black Robe Regiment back then. Today,
and how many people would actually go respect somebody enough to go open their creepy crypt
and cut a piece off the robe?
Yeah, I think that's a little. That's like, no, I'm gonna leave the dead guy in there. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm just gonna put a big W on my shirt or something for him.
Write W on your hand.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna tweet it.
That's what Jeffy is missing is the W on his hand.
Yeah.
He just has no. Should be now, but that's okay, Jeffy.
Minor issue.
So, all right. So you started the Black Robe Regiment, and you and I have both been feeling that there is going to come a time for a movement. And we've been planting the seeds. You've been doing it in the churches. I've been doing it on the air, and we've been planting the seeds. And we did Restoring Courage, Restoring Love, Restoring Honor, and we've been talking about it. But now is the time. And both you and I talked last summer, and I was feeling like, or it was 2 summers ago when Hutch was alive, I was like, you know what? I think this is the time. I think he's the guy. Didn't turn out to be, and also didn't feel right. Didn't feel right to you separately. Didn't feel right to me. And this summer, now is the time. And you came to that separately, and so did I. Why, David?
Well, it's not only the time, but we're now seeing people respond. We're seeing pastors respond in a way we haven't seen. We have seen in the last few days 40,000 pastors
listen to this,
sign a petition that says I will go to jail before I follow what the Supreme Court says if they get marriage wrong. They can do what they want to, but I will. 40,000 pastors, including one pastor of a 35,000 member church. And those are usually the guys that don't have the backbone, is the guys of the mega churches. And so 40,000 have said, we will not compromise on this. And if we go to jail on this, we will go to jail on this, but we're standing for biblical definition of marriage.
I wanted to bring David in because 5 years ago when we started the Black Robe Regimen, would you have had that?
25 maybe. 25 or 30. And
25
by the
people.
People, not 25 or 30,000. 25, 30 people maybe. And they would have said, you're crazy. It'll never happen.
Right. Now he
Here
has
we are.
40,000. Let's just say he's got half. That when push comes to shove, people are like, okay, I wasn't really
I signed it, but I didn't mean it.
I signed it, but I didn't really mean that. You know, I gotta save the church. I have to end the church to save the church, that kind of thing. But still, that is an enormous amount of people. I don't think people really understand the times in which they live.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Supreme Court decides to say, and you know this, David, I'm for gay marriage, just not forcing people to do it. I'm for whatever the state decides. If the state decides, you know, in fact, I don't even like the state involved. It's the church and the municipalities. You can just do what you want to do. I'm strong. Marriage is between a man and a woman, but I'm not going to tell you how to rule your life. Don't you then come to me and tell me what my church has to do. But I don't think people understand that that's what's coming down the road. If the Supreme Court says that gay marriage, they are going to tell your church, you must marry 2 guys or 2 women, correct?
A lot more than that. Some work is done on this inside the Department of Justice. And sitting down with some of their attorneys, our guys got a very complete list of what they say will be changed with the marriage decision.
So listen to what he just said. The DOJ is already working on the things that are going to change if and when the Supreme Court says, yes, gay marriage is good. And I just want to, there's only one person, I don't remember her name, but that one woman that was a gay activist that was really brutally honest.
Yeah.
And she came out and she said, I just want you to know what this gay marriage thing is really all about. Mm-hmm. Here she is.
I agree. It's a no-brainer that we should have the right to marry. But I also think equally that it's a no-brainer that the institution of marriage should not exist. So
look at that. Applause from the gay activists.
That causes my brain some trouble. And part of it, why it causes me trouble, is because fighting for gay marriage generally involves lying about what we're going to do with marriage when we get there. You know, because we lie that the institution of marriage is not going to change. And that is a lie. The institution of marriage is going to change, and it should change. And again, I don't think it should exist. I don't like taking part in creating fictions about my life. That's sort of not what I had in mind when I came out 30 years ago.
Okay, stop for a second. So now you have this woman who's being honest. God bless her for being honest. At least she's telling you exactly what's coming. Now, you may not want to believe it, but don't forget, Hillary Clinton has said it's time for our churches to change. So she's on this bandwagon as well. Now, here's what the DOJ attorneys are telling your people, David.
There's one that comes before DOJ, because in the arguments of the court, they specifically asked Obama's attorney, if we decide for striking down traditional marriage, can churches keep their tax exemptions? And the attorney said, we'll have to cross that bridge, but probably not. So think about that first off.
Well, did they really say probably not?
Well, that's what they said. I wasn't in the room, but those that were there said he made the facial and the stuff that it's going to have to change.
They got that impression.
They got that impression. And so from that, and I think that's true because DOJ is saying that at that point, it's the same thing that happened with Bob Jones University, et cetera. If you go against the federal decision, you lose your tax exemption. And we've already seen they're coming after Gordon College right now because Gordon College is refusing to hire according to that. So the Justice Department is already going after colleges, and we don't even have a decision yet. And they're already going after colleges saying you're going to lose your tax exemption over this. We're taking it away. So from the standpoint of any church, that means you will now pay property taxes, you will now pay sales taxes, you will now pay income taxes, which you've never done. There has been an incentive for people to give to the church and keep your budget going because they get a tax break on it, but there's no more tax break. So you have just wiped out the economic
power
underpinnings of the way the church operates. So you put them back in a business setting, which is what churches will have to become at that point. And then you come under the regulatory side of it. You're no longer the and see, John Marshall said way back at the beginning, the power to tax is the power to destroy. And if the government gets the power to tax churches, they can destroy churches. So that's been the story of Europe all the way through. The power to tax is the power to destroy, which is why we've always had nonprofit churches. That goes away. The other thing the DOJ said, and they've already done this now, they've already implemented this through the Department of Labor, through Housing, Urban Development, several things have already made these changes in anticipation of what's going to happen, is that when you change the word, when you get the marriage definition, you have then said we're not going to recognize distinctions in sexes. So at that point, you have to go through every federal code and remove the words father and mother and family and child. So every single federal law that we've had, and there are thousands of them that refer to that, that's all gone. So you no longer have that distinction in the law.
Why do you have to take away father, mother, child, family?
Well, child, father and mother, according to the attorneys, the way they go at it, father and mother is based on marriage, and that's what produces a child. Well, okay. Now, you and we've already seen the marriage licenses change in several states to parent one and parent two. So you remove all gender identity. That's the other thing DOJ attorney said, is that when you do that, they've already said in the federal code that the word sex is defined to mean gender identity. So now you've got 82 identities. So child is a relationship, but that's indefinite relationship, and you don't have a father and a mother, so you have to refer to them differently. So the concept of family, father, and mother, child.
We are steamrolling. We are going so fast down this road without any thought of consequence, without anybody really thinking, well, what does this really mean? Just, you got to get it. You got to pass it to see what's in it. More with David Barton here in just a second. I want to tell you about Shave Secret, our sponsor this half hour. The history of shaving started with the Egyptian pharaohs using shaving oil to get a clean, close shave. Then, in the 1900s, shaving cream was introduced to the American public, an inferior product, but they could sell a lot of it. Don't waste your money and get an inferior shave. For many months, you've been hearing me talk about the experience of Shave Secret. It's a shaving oil that reduces nicks and cuts and shaving rashes. It conditions and moisturizes in one application, making your skin feel smooth and soft, and menthol will make you smell great as well. One little teeny bottle, and I mean these are little teeny bottles, will last you 6 weeks, which saves you a ton of money. So change the way you shave. Don't waste money on shaving cream. Try Shave Secret, and then teach it to your kids. Shave Secret. Available at Walmart Supercenters, the Navy Exchange, online at Amazon.com, and ShaveSecret.com. Shave Secret for the best shave ever.
Glenn Beck! The Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines. and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cousinet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Glenn Beck Program.
David Barton is with us now. He's been walking us through what the DOJ attorneys have told his people that the government is already working on changing really our society and changing our churches and the way we understand our faith. If the Supreme Court comes back and says gay marriage is now the law of the land.
In addition to changing economic settings of churches and in addition to changing definitions that already exist in federal law, and they'll have to rewrite a ton of those, it also will change the way that child welfare provider services are taken care of. We saw in some states early on that adopted same-sex marriage, Catholic services, others left because they couldn't comply with those rules and still follow their faith. So last I knew, I think it was about 70-75% of child welfare providers are faith-based, so you just chase them out of the market. So you're going to need a lot more government to take care of what the faith-based guys can't do.
Jeez.
You have that, then you
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They create problems to solve the problem.
That's right. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. It's got to grow because the enforcement arm is going to be huge. And by the way, federal contractors, all the faith-based protections that have been there, it goes out the door. There were what were called, under INDA, there were hiring protections. You could choose who you want to hire, no more. So Obama has already issued an executive order right now that says faith-based organizations have to hire LGBT folks to work for them. So we're now into employment. We're into telling people, because you can't discriminate. If you can't.
So if your church hires people, if your church has a bunch of people working there at your church, and you say, no, I don't want, somebody in my church that is doing this particular job, you still have to?
Well, at this point, the executive order, since we don't have the court decision, and the executive order at this point is limited to federal contractors.
Okay,
but
back in just a second.
The Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. General Motors is on the government's hot seat.
The Department of Justice is reportedly looking at criminal wire fraud charges against General Motors over the auto giant's initial failure to recall millions of vehicles equipped with faulty ignition switches, even though GM knew of the problem for more than a decade.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso, the problem blamed for more than 100 deaths and hundreds of injuries. The TSA under fire at a Senate hearing after word it cleared people on the terror watch list to work as airport vendors.
Our audits have repeatedly found that human error, often a simple failure to follow protocol every time, poses significant vulnerabilities.
Homeland Security Inspector General John Roth. There's also word undercover agents have been able to sneak fake bombs and weapons past airport security. An appeals court's tossed out 2 challenges to the White House climate change plan, saying the lawsuits are premature because an EPA proposal isn't yet final. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older, but that doesn't mean we have to deal with pain in our back, knees, or shoulder. If your muscles and joints are sore, don't worry anymore. Come get acupuncture from me and you'll be pain-free. Acupuncture starts as low as $35 at a Better You Healthcare. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at 615-5566. Stop your pain from driving you insane.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
If you've been hearing about the crowded Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
We are The Source. WOCA. News, talk, sports, and more.
Glenn Beck program returns.
Good friend of the program, David Barton, is back, and this time he's pissed. Welcome to the program, David.
Why
David
so
is,
angry, David?
What's
going on?
What's
going on?
The hatred, all of it, the vitriol, the vengeance, the wrath of David Barton. David is...
that's why he's on the terror list, right?
Oh,
the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah, he's there.
They got their eye on you, David. You know that, right?
Well, they have me. I mean, I'm not just specific hate. I'm a purveyor of general hate.
Okay.
So I cover everybody.
You're a purveyor of general
I'm a purveyor
hate.
of general hate.
Is that better
I want
than
a t-shirt.
specific
Do you
hate?
have a card that says that?
That's right.
David Barton, purveyor of general hate.
I mean, they've got the neo-Nazis and they got the white supremacists, but I'm the purveyor of general hate.
You're not getting off that list. So you don't want to get into specific hate. You just hate everybody.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It is so... I learned so much about myself when I read about myself on the internet. It is really cool when I found out. I just didn't know I was like that.
So, David, you've been telling us about what the government is doing already before there is any decision from the Supreme Court on gay marriage. And what I was asking you was, you're saying now contract work. So
it goes a step further than that.
Okay.
Because once you have in law that you can't discriminate on the basis of sex, and by the way, federal code has already been changed to where the sex also means gender identity. So when you remove sex, you replace that with gender identity. So when the court comes back and says there is no logical reason to have male, female choose a sex, then that also means gender identification. And so the 82 come into play at that point. What that means is, since that becomes the law of the land, which it never should be, that's a whole different discussion. Courts don't have the right to make that, but it will become that. At that point, when it becomes the law of the land, it now goes into the EEOC. So you can file all sorts of discrimination claims that I'm being discriminated against because of whatever I am. So
because I'm questioning or I'm fluid.
Questioning. So I go to some church, some faith group, some whatever, and I say I want to be hired. And I can't say no, because now I cannot make, for example, a Baptist church says, hey, we don't want to hire a homosexual youth director. You can't say that now. You'll end up in federal court. You'll end up at EEOC right down your neck. You cannot. So hiring protections go out the door. You cannot maintain your character as such because you've lost that. In addition to that, because sex also means gender identification, Title IX, which is what all the colleges use for sports, it goes out the door as well. So all your locker rooms now become one locker room. You can't distinguish between male and female because that's that.
David, this destroys all of society.
The culture is shot.
The culture is just is overnight.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even say, "Hey, this is good." Not overnight, it's not.
No. And the thing of, just let them do what they want to do. It won't affect the rest of us. No, it will affect the rest of us. That 1.6% that we're doing this for is going to completely radically change the other 98.4%. I mean, this is a massive cultural change.
I had read about this thing on the internet, and I saw the First Amendment. And I guess what it had...
No, you can't believe stuff you read on the internet.
Stuff on the internet.
Okay, so I'm just rumor checking.
Yeah.
But
you check Snopes with his First Amendment thing?
No, I didn't get to Snopes, so it's probably not true. But isn't there something that kind of lends extra protections to religious institutions that even if a ruling comes in about a federal law or that the federal government has to treat things a certain way, wouldn't there be a serious, massive constitutional problem here by forcing churches to do this? And obviously, I know there'd be lawsuits and stuff, but I mean, these aren't winnable in theory, right?
Let me throw something out as a response to that, because the longest standing part of the First Amendment is the understanding that it provides for the rights of conscience. I mean, Jefferson, in that Danbury Baptist letter he did, everybody quotes separation of church and state. He says, this has secured the rights of conscience, religious conscience. So that is secured by the First Amendment. And yet, you have the baker in Oregon, $135,000. You have the photographer in New Mexico, $10,000. You have Barronell Stutzman, $135,000 in Washington. Conscience protection did not stop them. It did not protect them. So we're already at the point where conscience protection is not being recognized. It was a fight. It was a 5-4 fight just to get conscience protection for Hobby Lobby. And you would think that after the court said there is conscience protection, they would apply it to homosexual issues. They don't. They said, oh, that was abortion we gave back then. That has nothing to do with So the conscience protection thing is shot. First Amendment gives you conscience protection, gives you right of association, which means you get to choose who you want to hire. You lose that as well. You've lost your right of free speech to dissent from what the culture says should be. So there's 3 First Amendment protections that go out the door. They're already pretty much out the door now because this thing is a freight train coming down the track. We're going to mow you down. And so we're
what's
not
to
even,
stop it?
What's to stop it? Because we've already lost conscience protection in state after state after state. We got the guy, Jack Phillips, who's looking at jail time because he refused to bake a cake for a gay wedding. Jail time, not just economic loss, but jail time.
Did you guys see the Patrick Stewart video from him at the BBC? That was pretty amazing. Came out, I think, Friday or something. He was, you should look it up, Pat. See, we play it later on the show.
Captain Picard? Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, he said, I'm so glad they brought up, he was at some civil rights thing. And they brought up, well, what about in Scotland, the cake that was, and he said, I'm glad you brought that up because I side with the baker. Yeah. It was pretty amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. He said, they have a right. It was support gay rights on the cake. And he said, they saw that and said, I don't agree with that. You cannot force me to write something that I don't agree with. No, I'm not going to do it.
Even if it's an icing?
Even if it's an icing. Even if it's delicious and yummy.
Jefferson was a big proponent of the icing doctrine.
Yes.
Which made it that you have to you can write anything in icing. That doesn't mean anything for people.
Let me just, in a completely unrelated plug here, let me just tell you that yesterday we raised $250,000 for the Never Again Fund. And what this is it is, first of all, providing aid to those, homosexuals that have been thrown off roofs in the Middle East, to raise awareness that that's wrong. You have a fundamental right to life. You can't kill people because you disagree with their lifestyle or their religion. The Muslims that aren't Muslim enough, we have got to aid those people who have lost their homes. But the other part of this is going into the churches. And yesterday we announced the first church. I'm going to be in Birmingham, Alabama on August 28th, the 5-year anniversary of 8th 28. You can find all of the information at mercury1.org. But the idea is to strengthen our churches and our pulpits, because our churches and our pulpits need to be standing up and standing strong. And that is the place where there is a rallying point for those things like, let's make sure we take care of the people in the Middle East and whatever else might come our way. It's vital. It is vital that we make our churches strong. And I've said this before, 50% of the flock, I will clean out my own house first, I believe is in Isaiah. 50% of the flock will go away in the next 5 years should these things come to pass, because they will not be willing to stand. They will not be able to stand the heat in the kitchen. And so they will get out because it's just not worth it. You have to make your decision now, and so does your pastor, priest, or rabbi, because this stuff is coming. And the way we can start just coming together on the simple things is we have to teach each other to love one another and make sure we are standing firmly in love and our Christian doctrine. It's more than just a few words we say on a Sunday. It's in our actions. And if we can't stand together to actually help those who are in harm's way today, we certainly aren't going to get the other stuff right. David, how much trouble are our churches in?
A lot of trouble. They're already in a lot of trouble, and most of it's self-inflicted because we have had a lot of lack of backbone. And if you show no backbone, you will get run over, and people will treat you as the doormat. And so what we find in polling right now is that among churches, there are two groups. In polling, we break it into what we call theologically conservative and the others. Those that are theologically conservative, in other words, they kind of believe what's written in the scriptures, kind of like an original intent person does with the Constitution. They believe what's there.
That's only 10% of our churches, by the way.
That's 28% of the churches.
28% of our churches.
Of the churches.
Okay.
Then we ask that group of theologically conservative, do you think the Bible addresses things like immigration or things like marriage or things like life and abortion or things like education or economics or tax, 90% of those pastors say absolutely yes, it addresses it. Then we ask them, have you talked about any of those in the last 2 years? Only 10% have talked about any of them. So they say, we agree the scriptures address that, but we're not going to talk about it. So we're down at about roughly in that group of 370,000 churches in America, we're down to where about 7 to 9 to 10% have actually even mentioned marriage in the last 2 years out of the pulpit. So they've just invited the now there's some really good guys out there, and there's guys with a lot of backbone. There's
and we have to support
guys. That's
those guys.
That's right. And I asked those guys what would help you, and they said, if my parishioners came to me and said, Pastor, we got your back. We want to hear you talk about this.
Here's what we are going to do, and David and I talked about this yesterday. I'm going to put up at glennbeck.com here in the next couple of days. There are things up there now at glennbeck.com that you can you can use. We're doing some educational pieces. Once a week, I'm going to release another one of a Martin Luther King speech. One I think is going up this week is on his message to churches. And boy, is it the same message today as it was in 1960. But what I talked to David about was putting up a form that says, Pastor, we would like you to talk about these 3 things. And one of them, I don't know what the other 2 is, but one of them is the genocide that is happening over in the Middle East. Then 2 other things, and maybe we let you fill those in. And then it says, we, the undersigned, will support you should trouble come. And what they want is these pastors are begging. They feel alone. Look, you come to them and you look at them as like, oh, well, that's the pastor. He knows where he's going, and he's got all the confidence in the world. No, he doesn't. He's just like you, and he wants to know, if I go out on a limb here, are you going to back me or are you going to throw me out? Because I need to know you got my back. We're in this together or not, and that's what these pastors need. A lot of these pastors are really good people that are afraid you're going to kick them out. I mean, we talked to this guy yesterday in Massachusetts, and he said, Glenn, I invited you to my church. You can't invite me to your church. The pastor has to. He's like, well, he's not going to do that. Well, yeah.
What good is that?
Otherwise, I'm a parishioner. I mean, the pastor has to do it. If me coming to speak at your church about the Middle East and about who we are as people, and not saying about war, just saying these people need to be served. They need to know they're not alone. We need to give them aid and comfort. If that's too controversial, you think your pastor is going to stand up when the crap really hits the fan? No way. No way. So I would recommend that you would go to your pastor. In the next few days, we'll have that up at glennbeck.com. But go to your pastor and take a couple of people with you and just say, look, we just want to talk to you about some things. And we want you to know we'll have your back, because that's critical. David, as always, good to have you here.
Thanks for having me. Always great to be with you.
If people if there's pastors or priests or rabbis that want to join the Black Robe Regiment, how do they get involved?
NationalBlackRobeRegiment.com. It'll be there on the front page for them.
Great. Thank you very much. Back in just a second. Our sponsor this half hour is Simply Safe. Recently in the news, George H.W. Bush's home, he had a security system that wasn't working for over a year. Now, this is amazing to me. Stu, do you remember going up to his house in Kennebunkport?
Yeah.
Do you remember the security?
Yeah.
It was crazy. How is it a former president's security system is down for over a year?
Amazing.
It really is. The report was filed, and apparently the Secret Service, we're going to get this fixed for 13 months. We're going to get this fixed. May I suggest Simply Safe? It'll keep your home safe. It is wireless. You don't need the Secret Service to do anything. You don't have a long-term contract. If, George H.W. decides he can't afford it 1 month, it's only $15, George. But if he can't afford it, he can just, say, I don't need your service this month, and next month he'll be all set up and it'll all be fine. It's Simply Safe. Go to simplysafebeck.com. The right way to protect your home. No commitments, no long-term contract. $15 a month. Anyone can afford it, and it works. Simplysafebeck.com. Get 10% now, 10% off at simplysafebeck.com.
This is the Glenn Beck Program. The Blaze Radio Network.
Every day, millions of people suffer from good health.
I hate feeling so good all the time.
If you're in optimal health, chances are you're taking all-natural Texas Superfood. Each bottle is packed with over 55 fruits and vegetables picked at their peak. Then we add nothing.
It's so annoying getting a good night's sleep.
Visit us at TexasSuperfood14.com today to get started on your path to the healthiest version of you. Available only at TexasSuperfood14.com.
Hall of Fame driver Richard Petty for Blue Emu.
Maintenance is important. To help me keep feeling my best, I use odor-free Blue Emu made with real emu oil. Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray has an active ingredient to relieve the aches and pains of my muscles and joints, and it's perfect for hard-to-reach places. Hey, even us precision machines need a little help sometimes. Use what I use, Blue Emu. It works fast, and you won't stink.
Blue Emu, available at Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and other fine stores.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying. Now is the perfect time to get ahead on weed control for an overall aesthetic appearance. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440 or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy, never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Here's the audio of Patrick Stewart talking to the BBC about the gay baker. I think it was in Scotland that got in trouble because he wouldn't write, something about gay rights on his cake.
Yeah, you've actually picked, I think, a deliciously difficult subject because finally I found myself on the side of the bakers.
Did you?
It was not because this was a gay couple that they objected. It was not because they were going to be celebrating some kind of marriage or agreement between them. It was the actual words on the cake that they objected to. And because they found them offensive. And I would support their rights to say, no, this is personally offensive to my beliefs, I will not do it. But I feel bad for them that it cost them 600 quid or whatever.
Wow, not 600 quid.
No, I mean, please.
I'll give 200-300 quid, but not more than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
how much is a quid? What's 600 quid? Is that like a dime?
I don't know.
Quid to dollar, which I guess a quid is another word for a pound, so 1.53 US dollars.
So 600 quid.
Well, 600 quid would be
like $1,000, not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one.
Well, that's
quid.
nothing. $1,000. Yeah. Well, we don't even get away with under 10 grand here.
Yeah, it was 135,000 for the bakers in Oregon.
That's a lot of quid.
That's a lot of quid.
Seemed like Stewart though would have agreed with that ruling.
Right.
He was fine with punishing them for not participating.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Ceremony.
He says you can't write something, but wait a minute. What if? But it's you making it. It's you putting your time in it. A ceremony is much more than just words.
You're listening to the Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
What can being listed with YP do for your business? Well, you're about to find out for free. YP will give your business a free listing on 2 extremely powerful customer delivering tools, the YP website and the YP app. Growing your business requires maximum visibility, and every month, over 70 million potential new customers use the YP tools to search for businesses. 70 million. But if you're not there, they can't find you. Get the maximum visibility that comes with a free listing with America's largest marketing agency for small business, YP. Look, you're the expert in business, and YP is the expert in driving new customers to your business. Imagine what a free listing on YP could do for you and your bottom line. Claim your free business listing today. Potential customers are searching for businesses just like yours each and every day. Don't let your competitors get them because you're not listed. Go to myfreeyp.com. That's myfreeyp.com.
Every month, thousands of Christians across America are switching their healthcare to a proven, faith-based solution called Medi-Share. Unlike insurance, Medi-Share members share each other's healthcare expenses, more than $1 billion worth since 1993. They live healthier lifestyles, which means lower costs and affordable family options. And they're exempt from any tax penalties under the law. But most of all, members love the assurance of knowing their healthcare dollars never pay for things that go against their conscience. There's no doubt, Medi-Share is a triumph of religious freedom.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-41-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medi-Share, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-41-BIBLE. That's 855-41-BIBLE.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A security lapse, the focus of the Senate panel. Some 70 people with links to terrorism were cleared to work at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport.
Some of these SITA-badged employees who worked at the MSP airport later traveled to Syria to fight for ISIS.
Rebecca Roaring, TSA's assistant security director at that airport. Other testimony says undercover federal agents had a 95% success rate at sneaking fake bombs and other banned weapons past airport security.
Fox Radio Steve Taylor, a phoned-in bomb threat ended that hearing early, but police have given the all-clear sign. Fox News confirms police are chasing down a lead in the search for two killers who escaped from an upper New York State prison. One of those men killed Sheriff Deputy Kevin Tarsia, his brother Daniel.
Well, he's dangerous. He's absolutely dangerous. He did my brother brutally.
Officials still trying to find out if the inmates were helped. Fox News. We report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Want to learn more about your furnace or air conditioner? Tune in this Saturday for free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com. Saturday, free tips and expert advice on how to get the most out of your heating and air conditioning system. Or get a free AC rejuvenation by being the first person to go to cleanmyac.com. That's cleanmyac.com.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure, Black Cow.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
More schools are in chaos after adopting a controversial policy that attempts to eradicate so-called white privilege. We'll give you the devastating consequences and what happens when a nursing mother is asked to use a storage closet to breastfeed her baby. Oh, the humanity. And we'll share why Obama's Treasury Secretary was booed at a recent Israeli conference. We'll do that now.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
So here's our Treasury Secretary at a recent Israeli conference. Listen.
There is no doubt that our sanctions work to bring Iran to the table, prepared to make serious concessions. Following months of hard bargaining and tough negotiations, we struck an interim understanding with Iran in November 2013. In accordance with that arrangement, Tehran froze and rolled back parts of its nuclear program while we continue to negotiate on a longer-term deal. At that time, some denounced the interim understanding known as the Joint Plan of Action. Some said Iran would cheat, that our sanctions would fall apart.
Stop. This guy is not even reacting to the crowd.
Not at all.
The crowd, he's like, and some said, like all of you are saying right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that this program would allow Iran to move.
He can't even hear himself over the jeering.
You know what's amazing is they are so out of touch with people. He's walking in with this speech, and nobody said, hey, Lou.
You're going to get torn apart.
I think you remember the Christian and Lions thing. It's a little like that, except it's Jewish, and they're the lion.
Closer to acquiring a nuclear weapon. But none of that came to pass. Iran remains under enormous economic pressure. It has halted and scaled back key elements of its nuclear program. And we have gained unprecedented insight into Iran's nuclear activities.
Wait a minute. Weren't we just told that they didn't have an actual agreement? Like, weren't we just told that? We were told they only had a framework and nothing's happened yet.
But they keep repeating the lie anyway.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Right.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, that's not the droid I'm looking for.
Now, and it gets so bad that the host of the event has to come in and try to calm down the crowd.
Please let Secretary Liu speak. This is very disrespectful.
So what? And then you got a few progressives in the crowd who are going, yeah, let him.
It sounds more like a few. It sounds like there was just a few stragglers there that were angry with.
Oh, I think there were quite a few because it was loud in there. It was pretty loud to the point where he could barely hear himself speak. So,
and yet he kept going.
He just kept going. He just kept plowing. That's just what Josh Earnest does when he's caught in lie after lie after lie at the White House press conference.
Does anybody feel like we are in the Hunger Games, the part where we're in the capital city, where everybody's in this grotesque makeup? Do you remember the scene where they go to the presidential palace and they go to the party and they can't believe all this food and everybody's all dressed up and they're like, oh, and it's so great you're here. And they're like, yeah, I had to kill people to get here. And they just think it's all marvelous. And one of them looks to the other and says, look at all this food. And somebody says, have you had this drink? It makes you vomit so you can have more food. And they say to themselves, people are starving in all of the districts and they're drinking this liquid to make them vomit so they can eat more. That's kind of how grotesque I think we are becoming. We're so out of touch with what's really happening in the world. And we just keep going. The administration is almost that out of touch.
It's pretty out of touch. It's pretty tone deaf to go into a Jewish conference like this thinking that this is going to work.
I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to say, Iran, our friend.
Our friend Iran. And by the way, let's have a Palestinian state twice as large as Israel. And by the way, let's give them Jerusalem as their capital. Who's with me? Who's with me?
It's like the rock star who says, hey, Cleveland. And they're in like Des Moines. They don't realize it. Yes. No one cheers.
Whoa. We've got a problem here. Now, a nursing mother says, cut 967, says she was asked to use a storage closet to breastfeed her baby.
At LAX, this is a terrifying report from Channel 2 in Los Angeles.
Only on 2, an Austin woman says she ended up in a janitor's closet at LAX after she couldn't find anywhere else to pump her breast milk. There is a new law requiring airport nursing rooms by January 2016, but so far there's only one ready and open at LAX. Lori Perez introduces us to a new mom who says mothers and babies shouldn't have to wait.
Nope.
I was mortified. I was mortified.
Tearful and humiliated. Haley Bikini took these pictures inside a crowded,
Haley
messy...
Bikini? Bikini is her name?
It's actually, there's a P. It's Bikini.
Oh, Bikini.
Yeah,
I was say, if your name is Bikini,
I know.
I just don't think we take this story just based on your last name. It's too funny.
Her sister is Yellow Polka Dot.
Janitor's closet, where she says she pumped breast milk last week before boarding a flight out of LAX.
I was scared. I didn't want to do anything that would endanger my baby.
The new mother says both when she arrived and on the day she left, she tried to find a place to pump.
Well, hang on just a second. Hold on. I have a feeling we're on opposite sides of this.
I'm sure we are. Yes, I'm sure. Did they put her with rabid wolverines somewhere? Is that what was dangerous?
That's my thing, too. There's a mop in there. I can't nurse in here. Help me. Help me.
I love you, Pat. I love you for your stance on this.
I just don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the nursing mom.
No, oh, no, we do, Pat.
Yes,
that's what we were getting
Jeffy,
to.
Is that what you heard?
We have a visceral hatred for nursing mothers. That is what
they had a problem with sweet, dear old mom.
I will say they had a problem with mom.
No.
What?
I'm glad to see
I don't
CNN
have a problem with
made it on the
moms.
program today.
Do I have a problem with is there something in my past that I've had a problem?
What I'm saying is you're accusing us.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jeffy, who's looking at me like, really, mister, you're going there?
Yeah,
I've got the biggest breasts on TV,
including Penthouse Channel.
Yeah, what is the problem?
I don't know. I thought you're okay with the mom complaining. Is that right?
I don't have a problem with. Honestly, whip it out, put the machine on, go for it.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah,
I think it should be discreet.
I have not seen. I have not seen anybody. I have not seen a single mom who's like, I got jugs of steel over here.
I have seen.
Oh my God, all the time.
Oh, I have seen that.
I have always seen
no effort to cover themselves.
Oh, I have always seen somebody always take a baby and they put a blanket over themselves.
And there's no problem with that.
Yeah, and they're very discreet, and that's fine.
But the movement is not that. The movement is we get to do it wherever we want, whenever we want.
Okay, I got a problem if you're like, I'm going to squeeze this and write my name on the wall.
Right. And look, if you want to have that as the law, where we have, the female breast is a wonderful thing. We're all fans of it. So, I mean, if you want to have a rule where that's, like the guys can take their shirts off, pop them off wherever they want, that's one thing. But you have to address that before you go.
Here's the thing. Can't we all just be reasonable?
It would be nice.
Yeah, but
you don't need to show me the milk mustache from your nipple. Okay, but you can be discreet, and nobody should have a problem with a baby who is a mom who is nursing and trying to be discreet.
Very few people do. I mean, I've heard people who are grossed out by it or whatever because I mean,
but you got to get over that. That was
that's
you
silly.
Someday.
Yeah,
you were doing that.
That's silly. But on the other hand, there are the militants. The militants who expect
we have to stop playing.
Special place.
I'm holding up my hand.
Uh-oh.
I'm holding up my hand now. I'm holding up my hand. Never again means now. I'm not going to. Why are we playing to the militants?
Well, that's what the story is about. This story is about.
This report talks about the airport
because
having
listen
to provide.
To her.
I don't want to have to wait 1 second. When I do it, I want to do it right now. I didn't have it. I had to go into a closet.
The report also said,
was there a killer in the closet?
No, but
was Jason from Friday the 13th in there?
I'd like to see the closet. If it's got a bunch of chemicals and everything, and I'm standing in this little chemical, closet. I mean, can you just treat me like a normal human being? I've got a baby with me.
They said her a sitting area. Okay, they said sit here. And she was complaining about that.
Right.
So they said, if you need more privacy, there's this place, but it's a janitor's closet.
Okay, then I don't have a problem with that.
And also, by the way, let's also
didn't tell me the first part that they offered her some other place.
Well, we haven't gotten through the whole.
Well, that's a different story.
But let's also add on to what we did get to, which was they've already passed the law mandating private breastfeeding rooms, and there's already one in the airport.
Yes. But it's not soon enough.
To her.
And it's not supposed to go into effect until next year.
Right, but they still already have one.
But only one. Only one.
Only one. What are they?
How many breasts does she have? 2.
I mean, I know it's a tough issue because I understand this. Look,
you
it's
hate
very,
moms. I get
it's
it.
a very natural thing.
And
no, you guys hate moms.
Have a problem with breastfeeding.
I get it. You guys both hate mothers.
I know it's a war on women.
It is. This is the line you'll get, though, right?
Yes, it is.
Instead,
it is.
We all respect that.
It really. All of this stuff is solved if we just stop listening to the people who are like, I am so grossed out when I even think about someone. That's when we raise our hand.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to speak out against you. Get over it.
And conversely, I can only do it in a certain place at exactly the appointed time I want, no matter how it inconveniences anybody, anywhere, wherever.
Or I'm going to whip it out.
Yeah.
Another example.
Spray it in your face.
Spray it in your face. No, I don't think so.
Same type of story.
Be reasonable.
Same type of story, right? There was a guy who was driving his car, was pulled over. And obviously this was all set up by this person who gets pulled over, and the police officer comes and calmly asks him for his driver's license, which he will not, of course, produce because he's making some stand about how driver's license are Satan or something. So he goes through this long process where he tells the officer his rights. And I shan't open this window to give you my driver's license. Well, after 5 or 10 minutes of this, the officer eventually
shoots the window out.
He shoots everyone in the area. No, he hits the window and breaks the window with his nightstick and opens the window and arrests the guy. And then they go and they're like, and you're like, well, I mean, I don't know, Again, is it reasonable? Isn't it reasonable to say, "Hey, here's my driver's license"? You're driving a car.
He doesn't need to open his window, though. You can show the driver's license, can you not?
I don't know. I don't think that's true. No, that's not what
I think you've got to place it in his hand if he wants it.
They said it was the law that he had to do it. Anyway, he's out there saying, of course, that whatever. And of course, they cut to him an interview as he's explaining his wonderful position on this with a 9/11 is an inside job T-shirt.
Oh, really?
Which kind of hurts your argument.
Man.
But it's
I don't have. I so support the open carry people. I really do. You have a right to carry your gun, and I support you. let's just not do it around schools. I mean, I think it's cool that you have it, and I wouldn't mind you having it in the car in case something goes wrong around a school. I don't mind you going and kill the guy.
Right, like there's a guy who brought what's the one that was AR-15.
Yeah,
brought an AR-15 with a 100 round barrel.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it looked pretty cool. Brought it on his shoulder to bring his daughter to the airport, and brought her into the airport with the gun.
Yeah,
and then dropped her off, took a nice picture, and walked out. Of course, he was approached by officers, and he didn't cause any additional. He didn't try to get arrested or anything, but he did say, I will sue the airport if you give me too much hassle or whatever. Now, look, is that allowed legally? It does appear that it is. Is it something that's constitutionally protected? Certainly the right to bear arms is. Is that the best way to win your argument?
Nope.
Is that the best way to win people over to your cause?
Nope.
No.
I would argue no. Well, that's not an ideal situation.
I'm a big gun guy, and I see a guy walk in who I don't know with an AR and 100 rounds
into the airport.
That's
going to cause
I
alarm.
immediately think, what is wrong with that? What is that guy doing?
Right. Yes,
does he have a right?
In this day
so
and
it's
age?
Can we just be reasonable with each other?
I wish we could, but the answer is no.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We just have to start standing up for it.
I will say, though, I just looked at the closet that she was provided at LAX. I would not want my wife breastfeeding a child or milking.
Was there a mop in there? Was there an actual mop?
And a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
probably.
my gosh.
It was horrible.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it does. Look at that. It does. I mean,
look. Come on.
It looks like a bathroom.
Yeah, it does.
Like.
A bad bathroom
it looks like
in LA.
a janitor's closet, which it is.
Which has vomit all over it.
But she didn't have to go in there.
Right.
They offered it to her if she wanted more privacy.
Why are you guys saying this woman should go in where the cleaning supplies are?
Not.
Oh, sure. You back up from it now, Mr. Gray. Here's our sponsor this half hour. It is Goldline. 1-866-GOLDLINE or goldline.com is the number that you call, and you talk to the really good people at Goldline. I know these people that answer the phone. I've talked to them several times. I've gone out to L.A. and I've met with them. They're really good people. And I said this just the other day. They like you a lot. They've said that they know a Glenn Beck listener because how polite they are on the phone. And when they see somebody come in and it's being recommended, and it'll say on the screen, it'll say where, whose show it's coming from. It'll say Glenn Beck. They've actually told me that they fight over those people because they're just so great. That's you. That's the same way they are. They're really transparent. They're more transparent than the law requires them, and far more transparent than anybody else in the gold industry. That's why they've been in business for over 50 years. If you need gold or silver, the people to call, Goldline. And believe me, the last thing to run out will be the full faith and trust and the credit of the United States of America. And that's when you're going to need something of value. 1-866-GOLDLINE, 1-866-GOLDLINE or goldline.com.
The Glenn Beck program returns in minutes.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Yuvia needed financing to grow her restaurant business, but her bank simply didn't understand.
I was frustrated.
Yuvia found On Deck Business Loans.
On Deck did it for me. I called on Saturday, and I had $50,000 in my account on Monday morning.
How about the terms?
Incredibly easy. It doesn't mess with your cash flow.
On Deck changed everything.
This company, On Deck, is going to be there for me.
Was it a good move?
I'm looking to increase sales probably 30%.
Been in business for at least a year with $100,000 plus in revenue? On Deck can get you $5,000 to $250,000 in as little as one business day. And they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau.
On Deck has opened up so many doors for me now. Truly, the sky is the limit. I'm excited.
Apply now at OnDeckLending.com or call 800-378-5091. 800-378-5091. 800-378-5091.
Loan subject to lender approval. Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. 12 climate-controlled state-of-the-art lanes. R&D Tactical Solutions, full retail store, everything from firearms to CCW classes. Located next to the Supervisor of Elections. Open 9 to 7 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturdays, and 10 to 4 Sundays. Call 622-7468. R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. Call 622-7468.
Come join New Male Medical, the experts in men's sexual health, and celebrate the opening of their newest location in the Villages this Friday from 11 to 1 at 8640 County Road 466. That's at the Santa Fe crossing on 466 going towards Rolling Acres. There will be free food and refreshments for all in attendance. Spend some time touring the facilities, and men get a free testosterone screening. For more information, call 404-4779. That's 404-4779.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
On air, online, in your pocket. Find out all the ways to listen at theblaze.com/radio.
You guys are obsessed. Seriously. I don't know what it is with you guys.
You know it's worse. It's worse than the militants who think it's got to be done anytime, anywhere, anyway.
You're talking about breastfeeding.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And look, we're all dads. We have sympathy for breastfeeding moms.
Yes.
Let's all just be reasonable and, do the right thing. It needs a little common sense in the argument. But what's worse than that is the new thing now where some are breastfeeding at 5, 6, 7,
9,
12.
Oh, no, I've heard 9.
9, yeah.
Seriously, I don't think 12, but 9.
There's a new movement.
That's weird.
That seems... Alanis Morissette, the singer, is kind of on board with this one.
Alanis Morissette, listen to Jagged Little Pill. She's crazy.
She's an artist, Glenn.
She's crazy. 9? How old? How old is enough? Because really, seriously.
I say as soon as they have teeth.
It's different for different for every mom and child in their love.
No, it's really not. It's creepy.
Beautiful, Jeffy.
It's creepy. After a while, it's just creepy.
Well, there certainly is some limit, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I breastfed until I was 14.
Really?
That was good. I still breastfeed today. My mom's been dead since 1979, but
and you're still
I'm still breastfeeding.
Wow, that's a little.
It's not lactating like she used to.
I guess not.
But, man,
I won't criticize you, but that is a different choice.
It's a different choice. Thank you, Sue, for being open-minded.
Choice. It's not a wrong choice.
Not a wrong choice.
It's just a different choice.
David Barton was talking about opening up the crypt and getting George Whitfield's clothes. What? Right. I can't go
breastfeed
with my mom who's been dead since 79.
Who are you
sicko.
to say? Who was on the magazine cover with their 9-year-old?
Right. Yeah,
wasn't there?
Right.
Yeah. Remember they were standing up
on the stool.
Oh, that was creepy.
Yep. I'm looking at the picture here now.
Was Iggy?
Yeah, he's on a tiny little chair. He's basically
and he's like
almost
19
at
he's
face
like 19.
level to the boobs.
Kid's got a beard. He's going to college. He just graduated from high school.
Mom, I need you to drink more beer.
Whip that out over there.
I need a little more beer in this one.
Now we're gonna get in trouble with the.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think it's beautiful to breastfeed till they're 27 if they want to. It's
That's okay. I'm gonna hold my hand up now and just say
no.
I'm not going there with you.
No,
I'm not going.
not.
No, I'm not going there with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Mom, Could you make it more like a funnel so I can take it faster? Gives me a rush.
I suppose. Are you allowed to be critical of anything anymore, or even not even critical? Like you say, someone else can do whatever they want, but you have a different opinions. Are you even able to go there?
I have, and I think this is fine. When I was 20. I made a baseball cap and I strapped my mother's breast to the top of them, and I had two things that came down that I could just. So I go to the ballpark, my mom would just kind of piggyback on my back. Is that a problem?
I don't think so. It's a different selection.
Different choice.
The problem is you mocking that different choice. That's the problem.
The Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A security lapse, the focus of the Senate panel. Some 70 people with links to terrorism were cleared to work at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport.
Some of these CITA-badged employees who worked at the MSP airport later traveled to Syria to fight for ISIS.
Rebecca Roaring, TSA's assistant security director at that airport. Other testimony says undercover federal agents had a 95% success rate at sneaking fake bombs and other banned weapons past airport security.
Fox Radio's Steve Taylor, a phoned-in bomb threat ended that hearing early, but police have given the all-clear sign. Fox News confirms police are chasing down a lead in the search for two killers who escaped from an upper New York State prison. One of those men killed Sheriff Deputy Kevin Tarsia, his brother Daniel.
Well, he's dangerous. He's absolutely dangerous. He did my brother brutally.
Officials still trying to find out if the inmates were helped. Fox News. We report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his wife he only wanted a nice card this Father's Day, so she went to Golfsmith and got the new tailor-made AeroBurner iron set and a free $100 gift card. He was overwhelmed by the thoughtfulness of the card and couldn't really blame her for keeping the irons for herself. Hurry into Golfsmith from now until June 28th and get a free gift card of up to $100 when you purchase a new tailor-made AeroBurner club. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
At Choice Hotels, we know business trips start with a choice. Stay or go. You can press send or press palms. Start a chat room or chat in an actual room. Just remember, opportunities won't come to you. You got to get out there to get things done.
Should I stay or should I go?
ChoiceHotels.com makes it fast and easy to find a range of Choice Hotels like Comfort Inn and Suites. So stay with us for business and book now at ChoiceHotels.com. You always have a choice.
Ooh, a xylophone. Sounds dreamy.
Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, Robin. I'm shipping it to the Musical Historical Society.
And you're packing it like that?
What, this won't work?
Why don't you take it to the Personal Service Center at the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street in Ocala? Just look for the yellow signs.
Great idea. That'll save me a lot of time.
The passing of time.
Personal Service Center makes sending packages easy.
And quick. Call 789-6683.
For the Personal Service Center.
Loco Graphics would like to invite you to their second location on 200 next to Sonny's Barbecue. They are officially open to help you out with all your sign, vehicle wraps, and printing needs. Visit them and mention this ad for free business cards. Need a logo? We've got you covered. From business cards all the way to menus and flyers. Now 2 locations to better serve you. On Merricamp, half a mile east from Forest High School, and on 200 by Sonny's Barbecue. Loco Graphics, impacting your customers. Like us on Facebook.
Cookies, 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 cookies. When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order. Cookies, cookies, Yum. cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies. The Great American Cookie Company.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Fidgeting can make it easier to lose weight. Many couples think that once they're married, all their issues with in-laws will disappear, but Steinort says a marriage magnifies these problems, so if you're having family clashes with potential in-laws, it's best to resolve those issues before you get married. Just like couples can take out a loan for a house or a new car, there's been a huge surge in loan companies catering to wannabe parents.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Glenn back.
Have you guys seen Daredevil on Netflix?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Everyone.
You've seen everyone? I just finished I finished the last one a couple of days ago.
Really good.
Wow, is that good?
Supposed to be really good.
I keep hearing it's really
It
good.
is really good.
It's a little bit
it's violent.
edgy, right?
It's violent. It's
You can't watch it, Pat. You can't watch it.
Really?
Watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah, but that's
special. Like working in a mortuary.
You got special dispensation from the Pope for Walking Dead. You can't do that again.
This is not as violent as The Walking Dead. I mean, it is as violent. It is as violent, but not very often.
What about sexual content?
None.
None of that?
None.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you don't mind if people beat each other.
It's as violent as Walking Dead.
At times. The bad guy is, what's his name? D'Onofrio?
Vincent
D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
He is.
He's great.
I think he's the best villain on television since Bada Bing, since Tony Soprano.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I think he's, I don't know if you give him a Webby or what it is for, you can't.
Well, they did such a great job that it was supposed to only be one season, and they've already re-upped it for season 2.
Oh, no, you're kidding me. It was only going to be one season?
No, because Netflix was putting together separate seasons for these superheroes, and then they were going to bring them all together at the end. Was their original
stop
plan.
Doing that. Stop doing that. You know what they're doing
Netflix
that with?
doesn't know what they're doing.
They did that with the.
But they've decided to give Daredevil second season.
No, they did that with the Flash and Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And Arrow is. I think Arrow is too. I can't watch it with my son, and it's not that good of a show. It's okay.
It started out to be really good.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, and then it just got silly at the end. It's like,
and so it's not, it's just more like, hey, she's hot. Let's go make out.
And let's make her a superhero.
Yeah.
Our 94th of the week.
Yeah. It just fell apart.
Stupid.
This one, Daredevil, I thought was really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Yeah. Very well done.
Now, how long do I have to wait for another season?
Until 2022.
That's the only thing I hate about it. That's the only thing I hate about these things is you have to wait like 3 years before they make another one.
And we were also always told that these things are going on with the developments in entertainment would hurt the quality of entertainment.
Oh my gosh, it's done the opposite.
It's done the opposite, and it's to the point now that I won't even entertain series until we're 3 or 4 years in to make sure that they're going to last. Because I don't want to start something and then have to wait.
Yeah.
It's tough because there's a show, Tyrant, that I really like. It's on FX, and the new season starts in a couple weeks. And it was really interesting about a dictator in the Middle East. And it's
and your dictator fascination.
You'd like this
weird.
show.
Really?
You would. I mean, it's probably, I don't know. I mean, if you could watch Walking Dead, I'm sure you could definitely watch it.
No, I watch Walking Dead because those were dead people.
Oh, okay.
See, these are actors portraying dead people. So it's a very different.
Okay, these are
show entirely.
These are actors portraying alive people that turn into dead people. Many times.
Well, that's kind of near the line.
They do end up dead. So
Yeah,
in
right.
many cases, but the show's really good, but it's frustrating because I don't want to wait. I mean,
we are so bad.
We are so bad. I have no
we've been
patience to wait for a season to start again.
No, and you don't get. I mean, I love it. So we're not complaining. I absolutely love it, but I am complaining. You blow through them so fast. Well, it used to take a year, and you actually had some excitement.
You can watch a whole series in a weekend now.
Yeah.
You can get, you start binging.
Netflix
after
if you have no life whatsoever.
If your wife's out of town,
yes,
you could
that
actually
happens.
do it in a weekend.
Yeah.
Netflix has their news.
The baby's crying, whatever. I know. I've got 3 more episodes to go.
What was the show we were into that was in 2077 and then she came back in time?
Continuum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I loved, and then it just went away. So that's the bummer of these.
Well, Netflix has a new show now that they're putting out weekly called Between, and there's 3 weeks in. A Netflix original called Between.
It's not deep enough yet.
Yeah,
it's not deep enough.
The one thing I have an issue with.
No, I'm not going to wait like that. I'm bummed that I
comes out
found.
once a week.
I'm bummed that I found Daredevil this season.
You wish it was like out for 2 or 3, then you can go
After
through.
the second
Then I could
one.
go through because then you can get 4 full seasons in. If you wait for 2 or 3, you could probably get 4 seasons in. You're waiting 1. Now, it's like Sherlock. Sherlock from the BBC is the best.
It's brilliant, but it's only 3 episode seasons.
Oh, man, I made the biggest mistake, and I didn't tell my daughter that. And my daughter and her husband, they binged one weekend. And, you look at it, and it's like Sherlock, behind the scenes of Sherlock, behind the scenes of Sherlock. And so it looks like there's 12 things, but there's only 3.
Right.
And so they binged. And they were done. They did exactly the same thing I did. They were done in a week. And they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, next one comes out, you're going to be 47.
Do you remember the days when a season was 26 episodes?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. Now, if it's 13, it's a super long season.
Tyrant was 10.
Yeah.
Tyrant was 10.
Was it really?
Yeah, I mean, they're hour-long episodes, but still, it's frustrating. You're like, that's it?
That
I want
Spielberg
more.
thing that I've been watching, Falling Skies. Also 10 episodes this season.
Do you like that?
I do, kind of. It's a little.
We started watching. We saw
there.
it. My sister recommended it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not like Walking Dead good, but it's good.
Is there an issue, though, with shared experience? I mean, you've talked about this for a long time.
Big time.
There was that thing that used to happen where, like...
Thursday night, must-see TV.
I mean, do you remember, like,
Everybody
the
would talk about it the next
Seinfeld
day.
finale, even, which is, seemingly not that long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually did, I was in radio at the time, and I just was starting. We did an event at a bar where everyone went to watch the finale of this show.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
And it's like,
those days are gone.
That's gone because you go up, even when you're talking to someone, you're like, I'm into this series hardcore. Well, that person doesn't have a job. They woke up and Netflix released 20 episodes at once, and they're through them, and you can't even talk to them because they're going to give details away, and they're going to hint at storylines you don't know where they're coming, and it ruins it for you.
Wait till you get to 10. Just wait till you get to episode 10.
I mean, it's like how you and Jeffy were talking, because Jeffy was on the Walking Dead bandwagon really early, and you guys are kind of picked that up later. Right. And it's like to watch you guys talk, Jeffy. It was
just different. It was different because, like, when Pat joined, Jeffy was ahead of me. And he would do things like wait until you get to episode 10. And then I would say to Pat, as he was in there, I'd be like, it's going to be better at episode 10. And he would get excited. So it's just different, I guess. Yeah. It's just different. Yeah. But we don't have that shared. This is what I do miss. That moment that we only get now on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, sporting events.
Yeah. Super Bowl Sunday really is the only one where the nation talks about it. There used to be, at least every 2 years, there would be a big season finale of something. Mm-hmm. 2 to 3 years. And
American Idol was maybe the last one.
Yeah, probably was.
But that's
probably was.
That's really long in the tooth, and I think they're in their last season now. And it's just not what it used to be.
Now I don't even know the shows. Honestly, I don't even know the shows on network TV.
Yeah,
I just wait until they come on Netflix.
Well, I mean, I remember when getting into radio, and again, like late '90s, early 2000s.
Wow, you're dating yourself.
I know it's crazy, but it's like I remember a good portion of content was people talking about what happened on TV last night. That's dead. That whole idea of doing that is
television
dead.
is dead.
I mean, we did it with Survivor and The Sopranos.
Money.
Same thing. Survivor and The Sopranos, and that was, what, 15 years ago, maybe? 14 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sopranos.
13 years ago?
Yeah, geez.
Was it that long ago?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Sopranos and 13 years ago?
No,
it
but
can't
I mean,
be, right?
that's what we were talking about.
We were talking about it on radio.
It was a weekly event.
Yeah.
Like Survivor at the time. I just remember.
Oh my gosh! Remember Survivor Island?
Yes.
Jeez, yeah, we used to every week.
Yeah.
Every week there would be something on, because Pat and I used to do radio together and we do mornings. And we would know on Friday, we would definitely be talking about Friends or Cheers. And we would have a bit that we were ready to go with. And, you know, you don't have that anymore.
No, you do not.
2007 was the end of The Sopranos, by the way.
It's amazing how fast it all changed. It just went away
you're going to see
quickly.
The next 5 years will be faster than the last 15.
And look at
I know they will.
They will be.
I'm sure they will.
It will be like 15 years has gone by in the next 5.
If that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Think about this. I was thinking about this the other day. When did you get your iPhone? When did the iPhone come out?
I think I got mine in 2008. I was probably late because I didn't care that much, but I think I got mine in 08.
First generation iPhone was released June 29th, 2007.
Wow.
So 8 years ago.
The President of the United States. When did the iPad come out? This president
was that like
was
2010?
just about to be elected in office when the iPhone was introduced.
Right.
Think about. I was just think of that.
Running.
Yeah, he was running. He was about to be elected. That's how fast the world has changed. I just took some pictures out in the hallway. There was a group of fans that were getting a tour of the studios here, and so I went out and I took pictures with them. And there had to be 30 iPhones that people were just kind of, and all of them were iPhones. And I kept looking at them as people just kept coming in and just changing places. And I was standing the whole time. Everybody had an iPhone. And I thought to myself then, when did the iPhone come out? Because look at how everyone has one.
Yeah, everybody. Listen to this. The first iPad was released April 3rd, 2010.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
2010.
Oh my gosh.
5 years ago. I don't leave a room
without
my iPad in my hand. I
don't
can't.
either.
I feel like I'm
either.
naked or something. Like I don't have my pants on. No, it's just my iPad.
I found an old Altel phone I had maybe 10 years ago. That was the flip phone.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
This phone I have now, the Android that I have, the Samsung 5, does more than that phone ever dreamed of doing. It was amazing.
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Jeffy. What do you think? The stupid flip phone did nothing but call people. That's all it did was call somebody.
It wasn't a smartphone, of course.
When I had a rotary dial, this television set on my jet does more than my rotary phone did.
Well, that's true.
It is true. I will give you that.
Yes, it is. There are some things that remain. You don't even need to say anything. They're that true. Okay. Thank you, Stephen Hawking, for checking in.
Good observation, Jeffy. It was really astute.
Wow. Here's our... he's raising his hand.
No.
Never again is now. Except his says never again is no. Here is our sponsor this half hour. It's American Financing Mortgage. The FHA loans mortgage insurance rates have significantly decreased to 1.35% to 0.85%. The average savings on the new FHA loan will save you $1,000 a year. If you already have an FHA loan and you want to refinance, you may not need an appraisal or have to get qualified again. You hear it all the time that interest rates are going to go up later this year. I don't know whether they are or not. The central bank is making no sense. But right now, American Financing is saving many of their customers $500 to $1,000 every single month. American Financing. It's time to refi. Maybe you want to save a whole bunch of money on your monthly payment, or you want to buy a new home. Now is the time, and American Financing can help you get qualified for that dream home. Stop renting, paying somebody else's mortgage. Call today. Takes 10 minutes to pre-qualify, and you could close in as fast as 10 days. 866-750-6551. 866-750-6551. Or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Glenn Beck.
Explore all the Blaze has to offer at theblaze.com/radio. The Blaze Radio Network.
Every month, thousands of Christians across America are switching their health care to a proven, faith-based solution called Medi-Share. Unlike insurance, Medi-Share members share each other's healthcare expenses, more than $1 billion worth since 1993. They live healthier lifestyles, which means lower costs and affordable family options. And they're exempt from any tax penalties under the law. But most of all, members love the assurance of knowing their healthcare dollars never pay for things that go against their conscience. There's no doubt, Medi-Share is a triumph of religious freedom.
Learn how thousands of Christians can help you save on your health care. For your free information guide, call 855-41-BIBLE. Not available in Montana. Medi-Share, affordable biblical health care. Call 855-41-BIBLE. That's 855-41-BIBLE.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course. Kenny's
Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place. On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Randy Susan Myers. She's written a book called Accidents of Marriage.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
And then David Glasgow is coming out to speak to us about the results of a new national survey that shows in-person reunions are still relevant.
Jim DeBerry, the general manager of Wild Waters Water Park, will be in the studio with a gator handler and a baby alligator. And Mark Robinson, a comedian, they'll be speaking about Wild Waters.
And then psychiatrist Dr. Susan L. Edelman will be on the air with us. She's written a book. It's called Be Your Own Brand of Sexy. It's a new sexual revolution for women.
Ooh, yay. Have all of your legal questions answered by attorney John Fuller on Legally Yours.
And then Dwight Kay will be on with us. Congress is thinking about getting rid of Section 1031 of the IRS Code.
And then keep up with the latest travel tips with travel expert Anthony James.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
to the Glenn Beck Program.
You know, this space shuttle I have does so much more than this paper airplane I just made.
Really, Jeffy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
Jeffy,
Yes.
if you missed
My
it, enlighten
child
us.
talks. This cup of coffee doesn't.
Telling it's a flip phone doesn't do nearly what my new S6 does.
It's a smartphone. Sometimes a smartphone is smarter than the one that uses it.
You pointed out, though, that people were here and they all were holding up iPhones, taking pictures and
Yes.
such. The iPhone is still only about a third of the market.
Globally.
In the United States.
In the United States.
62% Android, 33% iOS. And now it's more pronounced globally. Globally,
they're crushing.
Globally, 78% Android, 18% iOS.
Yeah, it's because they're cheaper.
Do you know that?
iOS is Apple, by the way.
When I was at Facebook, they were telling me that Zuckerberg told everybody to get rid of their iPhones. Get rid of your iPhones. Because he said you're living in America. The world is on Android, and we are a global thing. And I need you to change your thinking, because Android is where the world is. Americans can afford an iPad or an iPhone. The world goes for an Android. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it's a different way of thinking about it. I mean, people, because we first launched GBTV back in the day and the Blaze, we didn't have an Android app at first. We had an iOS app. I think we do have an Android app now.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
But it took a while, and it was just tech issues that would bore everyone. But a lot of people were like fired up about it because we don't have an iPhone, we don't have an iPad, we have a Samsung, we have a different tablet, and we need to get it on this. You can get it there now, but it's amazing because I kind of just stumbled. I didn't want to go into the iPhone world. I stumbled into it because I just was sick of my BlackBerry breaking down all the time. By the way, BlackBerry has rocketed to 0.3% market share now.
Wow.
Which is, they used to be everybody had a BlackBerry.
Everybody had a BlackBerry. If you were somebody, you had a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Even the president of the United States has one, or had one at least. But now it's down to 0.6% in the United States and 0.3% globally. That's not
It's too bad
thriving.
because I think BlackBerry has the best encryption, don't they?
Yeah, I know it was the business-friendly option for a long time, but really that's gone now too, seemingly. And the Windows Phone, which despite how much advertising they do for it, is only at about 3% of the market.
I didn't even know Windows had a phone.
Oh, no. Yeah. Again, that shows you're not watching that much television because they are advertising it incessantly.
We'll see you tonight at 5 o'clock on the Blaze TV.
You're listening to the Glenn Beck Program.
The Blaze Radio Network.
These are scary times for our power grid, and in times of crisis, the value of a solar generator is priceless. We have one in our home from Solutions from Science. Bill Hyde, he's been one of the leaders in solar generators for years, and the generator that he has built is really easy to use. All you do is you point it to the sun, you plug the solar panel cords in, and power it up. It provides backup power through storms and blackouts, and unlike gas generators, it runs quietly. It doesn't emit any fumes, and it produces an endless supply of free electricity powered by the sun. Now you can run a sump pump, shortwave radio, computer, even keep your food from spoiling. These generators provide life-saving power backup when you need it most. I want you to check it out for yourself. Go to myendlesspower.com for a special Blaze offer. That's myendlesspower.com. Use the coupon code Glenn. You'll get a solar generator for half off. Go to myendlesspower.com and do it now.
Every day, millions of people suffer from good health.
I hate feeling so good all the time. What's right with me?
If you're in optimal health, chances are you're taking all-natural Texas Superfood.
It's so annoying getting a good night's sleep. I am so awake every day.
Each bottle is packed with over 55 fruits and vegetables picked at their peak. Then we add nothing.
Just once, I'd like to experience intestinal discomfort just like everybody else.
So your body gets all the benefits of fresh, ripe, nutrient-rich produce, and that's all. I wish I could get sick more often, especially during flu season. No pesticides, no animal products, no fillers, sweeteners, or artificial anything.
Why do I have so much energy? Why?
Visit us at TexasSuperfood30.com today to get started on your path to the healthiest version of you. Available only at TexasSuperfood30.com.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The White House press briefing room was evacuated briefly this afternoon due to a threat. Earlier, a scare at the Dirksen Senate office building.
A bomb threat was phoned into the U.S. Capitol Police and the building back open after nothing hazardous was found there or at a nearby courtyard. That also prompted a search. In that case, police say the unattended package was a lunch cooler.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern. It's believed the threats were phoned in by the same individual. President Obama telling healthcare professionals the healthcare law is here to stay.
Nearly 1 in 3 uninsured Americans have already been covered. More than 16 million people.
The Supreme Court is expected to issue a ruling in a matter of days on a challenge whether enrollees in Obamacare are entitled to subsidies under the law.
Fox Radio's John Decker. New York could become the first U.S. city to require a warning label on high-sodium items at chain restaurants. A proposal expected tomorrow. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now another golf confessional brought to you by Golfsmith. A man told his